No, changes are everywhere.
A change at quarterback. I'm going to make this move, give Jason his opportunity.
The Jason Campbell era begins for the Redskins, next on Fox. The time is now for Jason Campbell and the Washington Redskins. Today, they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here in Tampa, Florida. Speaking of changes, hard to believe, but just 10 months ago, the Redskins and the Buccaneers met in the playoffs. Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Devlin alongside Bill Moss. We welcome you to the NFL on Fox. Well, Bill, you go back to last Sunday, an uninspiring effort by the offense against the Philadelphia Eagles, and so the head coach for the Skins, Joe Gibbs, turns to Jason Campbell.
Well, as you know, when you follow football, the most popular person on a losing team is always the backup quarterback until you put him in the game, and then it's... Well, such isn't going to be the case with Jason Campbell. This kid is a big, strong kid with a huge arm, an area that they've been lacking in a downfield throws. And he's a guy that, as Joe Gibbs likes to say, is super smart. He's waited his turn. It's time for him to shine. Heck, they moved up in the draft last year to pick this kid. It's ready for time for him to go.
Well, as you well know, Joe Gibbs said, hey, I'm not doing this kid any favor starting him against that Tampa Bay Bucs D, but when you think of Tampa, you think of D. This year, they've really struggled.
Well, they have, and if you look close at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, you find they're 24th against the run. This was a unit that used to dominate teams up front. Well, you lose Warren Sapp a few years ago, then you lose Booger McFarland, now you have Ellis Wims hurt, and of course Simeon Rice will be out as well today, and you're finding a team that isn't getting it done up front. They're not being disruptive in the backfield, they're not putting themselves in third and long so that they can get pressure on the quarterback, and for that is the reason I think that they're getting burned long in passes, because they're forced now to blitz to create pressure on the quarterback. They used to get it out of the front four. It's not happening.
All righty, well, the Jason Campbell era begins right now here in Tampa. It's the Washington Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming up next on Fox.
You're watching Fox Sports, broadcasting in HD and presented by DirecTV.
Take away LaDainian, the Chargers got nothing.
Excuse me, Greg?
Yeah. Has this ever been you? With NFL Game Day, help is on the way.
Flip over to Rich and the Gang for the best highlight show on TV. Watch NFL Game Day on NFL Network.
This Thanksgiving, live NFL games on NFL Network.
Let's do it.
Way you move,
Multiply your possibilities. Introducing Intel Core 2 Duo, the world's best processors.
Oh, there's a spot.
Nice work, buddy.
Hang on. Oh, I can't get out.
I got it.
Get any new Dodge, like the all-new Nitro, equipped with a Sirius satellite radio, and you'll get a 12-month subscription to the best radio on radio.
Now DirecTV's got some super fan rigmarole that takes you to any game when a team gets in the red zone and is about to score. Well, yippee. Maybe it'll hold your hand and take you for ice cream, too.
The biggest plays as they happen. The Red Zone channel from Superfan, only on DirecTV.
Now.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Okay, looking good. You know, Al, with your good driving record and your son's good grades, I think we can save you a few $100s.
That's great.
State Farm's got football fever.
I never get used to that.
You'll get it too.
That was excellent. They love this time of year.
To see how much you can save, call an agent or visit statefarm.com.
Now, I don't want to scare anyone, but with thinning hair, you could end up looking like this. It's not a good thing.
Get Vive Pro for Men Thickening Shampoo for up to 50% thicker looking hair for better scalp coverage. Vive Pro for Men by L'Oreal Paris.
Go, boy, go! Go, boy, go!
One big life.
Go, boy,
4 ways
go!
to dress it.
Now stop! There ain't no more!
When you've got the perfect gift, you know it. Shop Zales diamond bracelets and save up to $1,000. Like our 1 carat, just $4.99 each. Or our 3 carat, just $14.99 each. Find the perfect gift at Zales, the diamond store.
Let's go. Best-in-class payload outside and a ton of comfort inside.
What are you doing? You're trashing my truck.
You serious? Sorry.
Ford F-150. Treat it right.
Moments ago, the anchor of the defense, 9-time Pro Bowler Derek Brooks, in front of this crowd here in Tampa, Florida, as we get set for the Redskins and the Buccaneers. The series history, well, you go back to last January 7th, that wild card matchup. The Redskins won 17-10. During the regular season, Bill, it was the Buccaneers that prevailed 36-35 on a 2-point conversion by Mike Alstott. A beautiful day for football here, 68 degrees. John Gruden suffering through his 3rd losing season since the Super Bowl. Bruce Gradkowski, the rookie out of Toledo. There is Jason Campbell. He has been inactive for 25 regular season games, a total of 27 NFL games out of Taylorsville, Mississippi. He'll have to wait. And we are set for kickoff and underway. Michael Pittman back to receive. And Pittman gets up to the 26-yard line and is brought down at the 27-yard line. There's Bruce Gradkowski. Gradkowski had 3 of the 4 turnovers for the Buccaneers last Monday night in Carolina. And John Gruden told us, listen, that wasn't a concern of mine. My concern was that he missed so many opportunities downfield.
Well, he may have missed some opportunities downfield, but look what the kid has done. 6th-round draft choices aren't expected to play their first year, and you see that touchdown-interception ratio.
He leads all rookie QBs with 7 touchdown passes, and he turns and hands it off to Cadillac Williams, and Lamar Marshall brings him down.
Cornell Williams on the run, brought down by Lamar Marshall.
And you take a look at the offense on the right side, a couple of rookies, Davin Joseph and Jeremy Trueblood, the rookie out of Boston College.
To me, that's been a lot of the problems in their run game.
And then, of course, at the skill position, Williams, Alstott, Galloway, Clayton. There's Joey Galloway. And another give to Cadillac Williams, establishing the run early. Time now for the Redskins D.
This man right here, Cornelius Griffin, the defensive tackle, he's back in the lineup, but when he is out of Redskins games, this team is only 1-7, a huge force in the middle of that defensive front. Marcus Washington and Warwick Holdman having some very good years thus far. Problems right back here. Troy Vincent comes in as safety to help clarify some of the deep communication problems going on with Sean Taylor.
3rd and 5 now for Gradkowski. Gradkowski across the middle, and Clayton loses the handle, and it's incomplete. And the pass incomplete, intended for Michael Clayton in his 3rd season at LSU. Troy Vincent signed back in the middle of October. has been a steadying influence in the secondary of the Washington Redskins. Josh Bidwell, the former Pro Bowler, the most used leg in the NFL.
Well,
he wears that thing out.
3 and out isn't good. And
No.
when you're getting your punter out there all those times, that's not a good situation. You know, the one thing I've noticed about Tampa Bay's offense is it looks like they're going to have to be forced to use a timeout here. Or to delay a game. They're going to take a
delay a
penalty.
game.
And they didn't have the right people on the field for punt situation. But the one thing I've noticed, you know, Tampa Bay used to run shifts and motions and double shifts and lining up people and moving them all the time. But because of the young quarterback and the problems in the offensive line, they just line up now and just run plays. They don't even shift their motion.
They lead the NFL and 3 and outs. Back to receive is Antoine Randall. Randall takes it at the 28-yard line. Randall trying to spread out and get some room, and he is brought down at the 25-yard line. And there is Jason Campbell out of Taylorsville, Mississippi, a town of little more than 1,300 folks. About an hour's drive from Jackson, Mississippi. The last time he started a game that meant anything was back in college at Auburn.
Time to start earning that paycheck.
Yeah.
There you go. Inactive for 25 straight games. First round draft choice. Hey, he's got a lot of making up to do.
There is Mark Brunell. Brunell against Philadelphia threw an INT. Statistically, he's having an okay season, but they knew it was just time to go to Campbell. Brunell as a starter in Washington, 16-19. So here is Campbell out to throw deep on the first ball. Heading downfield for Brandon Lloyd, in and out of the fingers, and how about that? Right out of the gates, they go deep.
Well, that's going against the curve, exactly against the curve of what you would think they would want to do with Jason Campbell. You'd think they would want to run the ball, and pick small, short passes to get him to feel comfortable. They come right out of the chutes with Tampa breathing down their neck, playing run, and go deep when they see the one-on-one outside. Right off the fingertips of Brandon Lloyd.
What did we hear? Big arm, big arm. I spoke to his former head coach in Auburn, Tommy Tuberville. The first thing he said, hey, wait till you see this kid's arm. 2nd and 10. Liddell Betts. And Betts is bottled up and stopped. Barrett Ruud on the scene.
Well, right now at 3rd and long, there's not going to be any shockers. Tampa Bay is going to come after him.
Those are the guys up front that'll try to protect the 2nd-year man out of Auburn, Jason Campbell. Casey Rawbach, the center. And then Liddell Betts taking over for Clinton Portis. He's on the injured list for the remainder of the season. Third and 9. Cooley in motion. Campbell sprints out. Incomplete. Pass intended for Antoine Randall.
You know, that was smart of Al Saunders, the offensive coordinator, in his play call. You know, you try to shock him, catch you with your pants down a little bit on the first play. But in 3rd play, when you have 3rd and 9, and you know that Tampa Bay is going to come after you and get in your face, he rolls the quarterback out to create a problem in the pass rush and buy himself time to make a throw. Just came up a little short.
Derek Frost, the punt to Ike Hilliard, back at his own 25. Takes it at the 25, and no place to go as he is brought down at the 29-yard line. We'll be back right after these messages from Tampa.
It can only get better.
Southwest Airlines fun fares are available every day to your favorite destinations starting at just $59.
You are now free to move about the country.
I'm eating this amazing chicken enchilada. Gooey sauce, melty cheese, but it's...
Inchophobia, fear of messy enchiladas. I have just the thing, a chicken enchilada. No, the sauce and cheese are on the inside.
Genius.
Please, doctor.
Taco Bell's chicken enchilada grilled stuffed burrito. Smothered enchilada taste, wrapped up and grilled to go. For more enchilada taste and less enchilada price, think outside the bun.
Well, way back then, we had the horse and carriage.
There was no television then. People listen to the radio.
Get the clothes out, wash them on the washboard.
And then the calculators got smaller and smaller.
45 would drop and it would play.
If you held the rabbit ears in exactly the right position.
I used to have to parallel park myself.
Fox NFL Sundays, sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41.
A beautiful Sunday, early afternoon here in Tampa. And the second series for Bruce Gradkowski and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Allstott and Cadillac in the backfield. In motion, Alex Smith. Gradkowski in and out of the hands of Mike Allstott.
You know, with the offensive struggles that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have had, especially in the running game, the run offense. For years, the staple and the face of this team used to be offensively Mike Allstott. And any time that they fell upon hard times offensively, they would go back to basics and start handing off the ball to Allstott. He charged up the offensive line. He charged up the fans in the stands. He charged up the coaches. And they haven't been able to get him going and on track this year.
He charged you up, too.
I love watching him play.
Gradkowski on play action. And Smith drops it. Alex Smith in his second season out of Stanford. You know, Mike Allstott went 4 games without even touching the ball, carrying it up until last Monday in Carolina.
And I think you can't forget about him. He's the guy that gets you back on track. He is the face of that offense. The rumbling, the stumbling, the bumbling, the legs chugging, the arms pumping, you know. He was the one that they always went back to get them where they needed to go. And then you come back and do the play action off of it and throw the ball downfield. They haven't got that this year. And the drop passes have just been ridiculous, as we've just watched 2 of them the last 2 plays.
Third in the NFL, and drop passes are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Some confusion, and Bruce Gradkowski calls a timeout. Buccaneers and Redskins.
Hey, want a Bud Light?
Yeah.
Whoa. Rubber floors. Just had them installed. Now we'll never break a Bud Light. Oh, nice. Remote.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Hi.
Too much bounce. Maybe.
The champagne glasses may seem familiar, but you've never seen a car virtually park itself. The new LS. Unprecedented.
The best in German engineering. A powerful motor. And a handling system for precision and control from Braun. Introducing the world's first electric shaver with the expertise of Gillette blade technology. Precisely angled edges cut hair more effectively with every stroke. For Braun's closest, most comfortable shave ever. It even cleans and renews itself. The new 360 Complete from Braun. Precision, control, perfection. Thanksgiving Day on Fox. T.O. and the Cowboys take on the Bucs. It's a Fox NFL Thanksgiving Day special in HD. Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Bud Light. Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Scoreless here in the first quarter. 3rd down and 10 for Gradkowski and the Buccaneers. There's Allstott. Allstott trying to stay on his feet, unable to do so, but just as you said, go back to Allstott as Sean Taylor brings him down.
Well, yeah, you know, this side of the line here has really been difficult for those two guys right there. Have been difficult. Watch, they block. Now they try to get out in front. They're slow getting out in front. That slows Allstott up. He catches the ball, turns around, and runs into the back of him. The young offensive linemen, David Joseph and Jeremy Trueblood, are going to be fine players. They've just struggled with the calls and getting on top of things and everything that goes on in their responsibilities. It's held up their offense, I believe.
A low, wobbly kick. Out of bounds, and Antoine Randall and the Washington Redskins will be on offense when we return.
First 8-speed automatic transmission. The new LS. Unprecedented.
Stuck in the middle with you. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I am.
Introducing Wendy's Double Melt. In the middle of two hot and juicy fresh ground beef patties is a slice of pepper jack, cheddar sauce, bacon, and jalapenos.
Oh, that's okay. I like the middle.
For flavor where it counts, do what tastes right.
Hey, look. Count, right? Over there. Isn't that,
Marge Davidson?
I can't believe she got that promotion. All because of an email.
Well, it started with an email.
It started with an email. At first she did all that data mining.
She saw a pattern.
Then she got an idea.
She sent in her email.
And that led to the group's presentation.
Which led to
the Beddorf merger. Right.
Yeah. Still, I send email.
And they're funny, Tom.
With the right software, people are ready to turn information into opportunity.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Microsoft. Software for the people-ready business. By Wendy's. Do Wendy's new Double Melt and do what tastes right. By FedEx. For all your shipping needs. And by the new LS. Unprecedented.
Up on the ship here in Tampa. And now Jason Campbell will start at his own 10-yard line. Campbell, 24 years of age. Redskins traded 3 draft picks for him to move up. They take him 25th overall. On the pitch. Stretching it out, Liddell Betts in his 5th season out of Iowa.
Number 46, Liddell Betts, the ball carrier.
And Greg Spires is there.
Take a look at the defensive line. Greg Spires, who just made the last tackle. Dwayne White, who's played nicely when he's had to fill in for Simeon Rice, and Chris Hovan holding down that middle. Ryan Neese, son of Ronnie Lott. Barrett Ruud gets to start at middle linebacker. Shelton Quarles still out with that injury. John Bolden, Will Allen, Jermaine Phillips, and Rondé Barber.
Rice wins and Quarles out for the 2nd consecutive game. The handoff, Betts off the tackle and picks up a couple, and let's send it out to Chris Rose in LA. Chris?
Matt, Chad Johnson back at it again. A team record 260 receiving yards last week. Here, this one covered 41 from Carson Palmer for his 5th touchdown catch of the year. The Bengals up 7-zip on the Saints. Back to Matt and Bill.
Thank you very much, Chris. Ocho Cinco, huh? Numero uno.
Let you tell it. Of course, you won't have to tell it. He'll tell you all about it.
Right, exactly.
Just wait till the next news.
He speaks for himself. 3rd and 4.
Oh, my
Campbell.
goodness.
And the pressure was coming. What did Chris Hovan tell us? We got to get in there. And John Gruden said we have to knock down the quarterback.
Look at the youngster rookie, Julian Jenkins. Watch this rush to the top of your screen. He is just going to be flat motoring over the top. And that's when you get your quarterback injured. When he's armed like that, and you come in, he's right into the shoulder when it's open and like, ooh.
And Dwayne White,
ooh,
getting his second consecutive start for Simeon Rice. Phillip Buchanan is back for the Buccaneers, and he takes it at the 36 with no room, and he picks up just a few. 7-yard return with 9:29 remaining here in the first quarter. Bruce Gradkowski. You know, you take a look at what they want to do here, Bill.
Well, first down would be nice. You know, the baby steps, one step at a time. And they've had 2 possessions. They've had to call timeout. They had to delay a game. It's been really just like a muck out there. Nothing seems to be on sync.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, they have scored just 2 first-quarter touchdowns. They've been outscored 48-14. Reverse. Clayton trying to get to the edge, loses the ball out of bounds.
Number 80, Michael Clayton on the run.
Yeah. It looked a little bit like the Keystone Cops, to be honest with you. Remember the old Keystone Cops running around in circles? I mean, watch it. Drawn up, there's running over here, there's running over there, there's running everywhere. But, you know, look at the end result. The end result is it really didn't fool anybody. It was a gain of about 4 yards with all that running. And darn close to losing the football had it not rolled out of bounds.
And a big stick by Sean Taylor.
When you're running plays like that early, you're trying to use deceit and trying to use trickery, you have a problem with your basics.
And they go back to the basics, and Mike Allstott rumbling and close to the first down.
That's what, in my opinion, this team needed to do a long time ago. Listen to the crowd. Just take a listen. Allstott was lined up at fullback. Look at the players down in the huddle. They're clapping, patting each other. A 4-yard gain or a 3-yard gain by Allstott charges everybody up in this stadium. It always has. He lowers his shoulder. He's always going to go forwards, and he's just going to bumble and stumble over people. Look,
Allstott once again into the secondary. Mike Allstott down to the 32.
What don't you understand about this? First of all, this is the first time you get this push up front here. Look at that. And then he just trucks people. He just puts his shoulder down and just runs flat over people. You've got to love that. Honestly, you just have to go crazy about that stuff. Look what it has done. 2 carries by Mike Allstott has just energized this whole stadium and everybody in it, including moi.
You jumped around. A pickup of 15. Allstott once again trying to get to the edges, and he is brought down by Marcus Washington. Allstott, 32 years of age, his 11th season out of Purdue. 6-time Pro Bowler. And prior to this game, 10 carries for 20 yards and a touchdown.
You know, when I was watching this film of this team during the week, preparing for the game, you know, it just jumped out at me. Look, they're running the ball horribly. I mean, they're the 31st ranked run offense in the National Football League. I'm thinking to myself, that's been a long, long time since Tampa Bay was down there, and Allstott's just riding the pine.
Williams back in on the pitch. Williams trying to turn it upfield, and he is brought down. Cadillac Williams, you go back to last week, insignificant, 15 yards, 44 yards actually on 15 carries, and over the last 3 games, a total of 103 yards, Bill.
Well, yeah, and they realize that, and they know that, and I think that they've made a recommitment to the run this game. Cadillac had talked about that. This team used to be a power O running game. And that is, you know, your big tackle and guard, they block down with the tight end.
Another timeout taken by Bruce Gradkowski. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, confusion on the offensive end for the Buccaneers.
Way back then, we had the horse and carriage.
There was no television then. People listen to the radio.
Get the clothes out, wash them on the washboard.
And then the calculators got smaller and smaller.
45 would drop and it would play.
If you held the rabbit ears in exactly the right position.
I used to have to parallel park myself.
Get used to more action. Download hundreds of movies with AT&T Home Zone. TV with the power of the internet. Another innovation from the new AT&T. Your world, delivered.
You know, FedEx really helped us with our overnight shipping, even heavy stuff. Now we've added FedEx Ground for everyday shipping.
FedEx is saving us a ton of time. So why aren't we getting more done?
Maybe we should get rid of the half pipe.
No, the half pipe stays.
Gotta keep the half pipe.
FedEx Ground. Fast, reliable, and for less than you think.
Now on DVD.
He did this himself in his own blood?
Professor Langdon, you're in grave danger.
From director Ron Howard.
You're saying this is real?
Real enough to kill for.
Tom Hanks. The Da Vinci Code. Now on 2-disc DVD.
Take a look right here. See that? That's the guard, David Joseph. He's down there on the ground trying to tie his shoe. It's not on. It's hanging off. See him walking up. Now he tries to fix it at the line of scrimmage. Gradkowski's pointing, saying, look, his shoe. And he had to burn a timeout because of his shoe.
Davin Joseph across the middle. Ike Hilliard. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers moving the football behind Allstott, and now that opens things up as Hilliard is on the 11-yard reception.
You know, all the things that could go wrong for you. You know, Hilliard's got a pad problem, and Davin Joseph has his shoe off. You know, it's hard enough being a rookie, but you know, tape your shoe on. That's why vets have their ankles, their shoe all taped up. You don't want to call a timeout because your shoe's off.
Williams up the middle, moving the pile, and Williams down to the 6-yard line.
Nice run.
He talked about that commitment to the run and said it really pumped him up that they were going back to it.
Well, one of the guys they got back and is finally feeling good is Dan Benny. He's back in the lineup. He was out 2 weeks ago, and he came back last week, but he wasn't feeling up to par. And here he is now. He's right over here, the guard. Watch him get this block up on the linebacker. See that mauling right there? That's driving the linebacker back out of there. That's Lamar Marshall. He gets a big push on him, or Warwick Holdman. He gets a big push on him, and that created the opening.
Allstott and Williams. The give is to Williams, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage. Lamar Marshall, Marcus Washington there. Third down now.
Third down, 3.
You know what would be great for this Tampa Bay offense right now is get a first down or get it in the end zone, obviously, but punch this in and get a first quarter score and get everybody charged up in this stadium, because this stadium's flat right now.
Chris Sims watching the 9th play of the drive across the middle. Another drop ball.
There's got to be a flag on that.
Michael Clayton wants a flag. Look at Gradkowski.
Of course they do, because they threw it. But I got to tell you that Sean Springs was draped all over his body. There was contact before the ball got to the receiver. Just take a look at the replay. Watch Clayton. Now watch Springs. There's a stop. There's the move inside. Well, you can't see from that.
Matt Bryant, 26-yard field goal attempt. 7 of 10 on the year, and now 8 of 11, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for only the 4th time lead in the first quarter.
Just imagine how the pre-game preparations will change, knowing even the tiniest, never-before-seen details will now be captured on the Samsung 1080p LCD HD TV. With Samsung, it's not that hard to imagine.
There's strong, and then there's Army strong. It's more than physical strength. It is emotional strength. Not just strength in numbers, the strength of brothers. Not just the strength to get yourself over, the strength to get over yourself. There's nothing stronger than the U.S. Army, because there is nothing stronger than a U.S. Army soldier. There's strong, and then there's Army strong. Visit GoArmy.com/strong.
This is Gary Poole, married for 10 years but didn't know it until he had fresh brewed premium roast coffee and a McGriddles. It was like he was seeing his wife for the very first time.
It's like we're newlyweds all over again.
Wake up and smell your life.
In 2 days.
Come on, man, he's not that stupid. But I've been wrong before.
Have the most fun. These little guys love me. In 2 million years. Ice Age: The Meltdown.
Nice.
On DVD Tuesday. Buy a Storm jacket, get a $20 gift certificate towards a future purchase.
Scoring drive, 10 plays, 49 yards. 8 up 539, and Mike Alstott 25 yards during that scoring drive, and coming in he had all of 20 yards. And so you talked about it, hey, get back to Alstott, get back to Alstott. They did, and he needs the oxygen after that. Matt Bryant to kick off after his field goal. Back to receive Rock Cartwright and James Thrash. Taking it to 5. Cartwright cuts to the outside and turns upfield and is forced out of bounds, and a flag. A flag. Peter Morelli in his 10th year, our referee.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 3, late hit out of bounds. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Jason Campbell bringing his guys up to the line, and hey, you never made a start before, so what happens?
Well, you get an orientation. And here's John Jansen, the offensive tackle. See, he's getting the old underarm. Head to quarterback says, "Here you go, kid. Good luck."
How you like that, Jason?
Now, most quarterbacks like the new football rubbed down, but I don't know if that's the proper way that they'd want it. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe he likes that effect.
In his first 2 possessions, a total of 7 yards. He'll swing it to the near side out of the backfield. Liddell Betts, and Betts gets a first down. Betts tied with Santana Moss now for the team lead in receptions. No Moss today, no David Patton, and no Christian Fourier as well for Jason Campbell. And so, Bill, when you look at this offense, what do they need to do?
Well, they need to settle on a philosophy, I believe. When I look at this offense for Washington over the time period of Joe Gibbs, I see different philosophy every year. They're trying something different, and I don't think they've settled on one. They're trying to use a hybrid of all of them, and I'm not sure it's working so great.
Under pressure, Campbell scrambling, connects. James Thrash, he brings mobility, and he's got that big arm and a gain of 15, Bill.
Well, the big thing about him is they said not only has a big arm, but he's a big, strong kid. 230, 35 pounds at 6'4". You know, there's pressure in his face. People are trying to get a piece of him. They just can't bring him down.
Being able to elude. Stay on his feet. 1st and 10 Redskins for the first time moving the ball out of the pocket.
Flag on the play.
Incomplete. And a flag on the play. Pass intended for Antoine Randall. And talking to Tommy Tuberville and his offensive coordinator at Auburn, Al Borges, they said one of the things he can do is get out of the pocket and throw.
Yeah, I think they're going to have the illegal formation.
Illegal motion. Number 82 turned up field too quick.
On Antoine Randall.
Second down.
You know, another thing, I mean, we kind of breezed past it, but hey, Matt Bryant cost this team 15 yards. The kicker, on a personal foul out of bounds, cost this team 15 yards and has Tampa Bay backed up. The kicker did that. When the heck is a kicker going to get a personal foul?
Adele Betts. All right, let's go back to L.A. and Chris Rose. Chris.
All right, Matt, in Baltimore, the Falcons out of the gate early. Michael Vick to Michael Jenkins. Vick, 5 of 7, 44 yards, and that 13-yard score has him up 7-zip on the Ravens. Back to Matt and Bill.
All right, thank you very much. Here in Tampa, Florida, the Buccaneers on top. 3-0, under 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Jason Campbell moving the Redskins. Campbell under pressure and brought down. Greg Spires.
Well, that was Rondé Barber in there as well. He's the one that came jumping up into the middle and used a spin move right off the bat. But my question was, you know, what was Rondé Barber? Watch him jump up inside here. Was he over the line of scrimmage when he jumped up? Watch the ball. He jumped right in there. They didn't throw the flag, but you see he jumped in the backfield. And then watch Rondé. Rondé has been involved in blitzing in the pass rush so much that they can bring him inside on that now. And he actually has a pass rush move as a spin move.
45-yard field goal attempt to tie. Novak. Tied at 3 after the Nick Novak field goal. Redskins and Buccaneers here in the first quarter.
At T. Rowe Price, successful investing is about balancing risk and reward intelligently. For each 1, 5, and 10-year period, over 70% of our mutual funds beat their Lipper average, finding the right opportunity. Low-cost mutual funds from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a complete prospectus or profile with investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
This is Gary Poole. Married for 10 years, but didn't know it until he had fresh brewed premium roast coffee and a McGriddles. It was like he was seeing his wife for the very first time.
It's like we're newlyweds all over again.
Wake up and smell your life.
Jason Campbell in his second year out of Auburn and checking things out as he led his team down. And the field goal, and of course helped out by Matt Bryant, and that 15-yard penalty. Nick Novak to kick off, and back to return is Michael Pittman and Ernest Graham.
You know, third down, and they came with the blitz. The Buccaneers came with the blitz with Rondé Barber. And that's, in essence, you know, what I'm talking about when I look at this Buccaneers defense. They need to blitz. Now, they've always brought some pressure in different varieties, just as a changeup. But they need to blitz to get pressure on the quarterback nowadays. And they used to be able to get it out of their front four. And the most important aspect of cover 2 defense is being able to get pressure on the quarterback with 4 down linemen. Because if you look at the wind messing with the ball the second time. Now, that was the second time, so they're going to force one of the players on the Redskins to hold the ball.
Got the wind here in Tampa. Hey, you're talking about that pressure.
It blew off the tee once, and it blew off the tee the second time, so now a holder has to come in and hold it. That's how the rules work. If the ball blows off the tee twice, you have to bring a holder in to hold it. Now, neither one of these kickers have been very good on their kickoffs, getting them deep at all. So it'll be interesting to see how good he is with a holder. That usually makes it a little shorter.
Kenny Wright will hold it.
And look at that.
And you said it. And they'll stop it.
There is no kickoff on the play. The ball was not put in play. We'll re-kick.
So
we're having we're having some problems here with the kick. And, you know, yeah, you can laugh about it if you'd like. However, for both these teams, it's all been about the little things. It really has. It's just all been about the little things. This included. The attention to detail, in my opinion, just hasn't been there for either team, and I think it shows up on the field in a variety of ways. This is certainly one of them.
Tampa Bay without Chris Sims, they've lost 4 or 6 games and 3 in a row. And John Gruden, of course, the youngest head coach to win a Super Bowl, and trying to reclaim that. And you know this is not what Joe Gibbs expected in his 3rd year back, the 3-time Super Bowl winner. You know, he brought in Mark Brunell, and he thought, hey, we're going to make a move. Last year, of course, they got into the playoffs and lost in Seattle. You got Joe Bugle and Joe Gibbs there. You got Kenny Wright back there to hold it once again for Novak. So you got to hold it right.
Right. You're right. Right has to hold it. Right.
So let's see if it'll work this time. Short once again. Taken by Pittman. Pittman brings it up just shy of the 35-yard line and brought down at the 34. Coming up this Thanksgiving, Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be in Dallas. Joey Galloway in a short week for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In fact, 3 games in 11 days for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And as Rondé Barber told us, hey, you got to be smart about it. Monty Kiffin told us, you know, coming in, we're going to look at this thing 3 weeks at a time. Look at all the games. So no more 1 game at a time. You got to look at a couple games at a time. Gradkowski under pressure, escapes, and picks up 3. Joe Salave on the tackle.
You know, the thing about it is, too, they had an open receiver in Michael Clayton, you know, and that's been part of the problem. He was wide open on that route. He ran an out pattern, and nobody was covering him. He was at the top of the field. And with that pressure on Gradkowski right away, he didn't have time to even see him.
2nd down. Joey Galloway has the 1st down, and he is out of bounds. And the final play of the 1st quarter, coming up with 9 seconds remaining here in the 1st quarter, tied at 3, and a gain of 8. And the final play. So that's the end of the 1st quarter, tied at 3. Fox NFL Sunday will return after these messages and a word from your local Fox station.
Why are you guys so awesome? What do you have that we don't have?
To be a rock star, you need the style.
Give me a power slide, full throttle.
The hair. And the diet.
I'll have 1 small glass of carrot juice.
We don't have that here.
1 cube of tofu.
Dude, we don't have that.
Do you have a walnut?
1 walnut.
Jack Black, Kyle Gass, Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny. Rated R. Starts Wednesday. Soundtrack now available.
You're watching Fox NFL Sunday.
This game is rated T for T.
Thanks, Triple H. I appreciate it.
I didn't start out a 10-time world champion. I am the game, Triple H, the king of kings.
I started at the bottom and worked my way up.
It's time to unleash the animal.
Now only one thing can control me, and that's you.
Are you ready for some hot diva action?
So don't just watch it. Live it. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. Don't just watch it. Live it.
Oh, there's a spot.
That's for sure. Nice work, buddy.
Hang on. Oh, I can't get out.
I got it.
Get any new Dodge, like the all-new Nitro, equipped with a Sirius satellite radio, and you'll get a 12-month subscription to the best radio on radio.
It's the best night of drama on TV. Fox Tuesday, first at 8. He saved her life.
It's okay. I'm gonna protect you.
Now a victim is obsessed with him.
I need you to help me.
And this attraction could become fatal. An all-new standoff. Then at 9.
Is he gonna die?
Will House risk everything to save a patient?
This test isn't exactly FDA approved.
You committed a crime! Do something!
An all-new House. It all starts at 8/7 Central, Fox Tuesday. Viewer discretion advised.
It's a shocking all-new Family Guy shocker.
Abstinent! Chastity belt.
Ear sex.
Oh, God! What's that about abstinence?
No, now I'm abstinent! Oh, I see what you're driving at.
Followed by The War at Home, tonight on Fox. Viewer discretion advised.
Getting set for the start of the second quarter, tied at 3. Rondé Barber and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in that short week. 3 games in 11 days, and Bruce Gradkowski every day watching film late, trying to take a look at all the different looks that he has seen over the course of the last few weeks as Williams rumbles to the outside and is brought down.
Brought down by number 23.
Take a look at that block up top. Number 80. Mike Clayton gets himself involved in a lot of the run plays. Now, this is a young receiver who really started off. Alex Smith, who's injured on the play at tight end, he got rolled up on. But
back right after this.
Got pop.
Get any new Jeep vehicle like the new Wrangler Unlimited, equipped with a Sirius satellite radio, and you'll get a 12-month subscription to the best radio on radio.
Now I'm gonna try Hurricane.
Show off.
Okay. Gooey sauce. Melty cheese. Sauce. Cheese.
Inchophobia, fear of messy enchiladas.
No! Is that bad?
Yes, but the cure is quite good. A chicken enchilada.
No!
No, relax. The sauce and cheese are on the inside.
And I'm cured.
Taco Bell's chicken enchilada grilled stuffed burrito. Smothered enchilada taste, wrapped up and grilled to go. For more enchilada taste and less enchilada price, think outside the bun.
Maybe we can evolve into water creatures.
That's genius, Sid.
Call me Squid.
In 2 days, get ready for a complete and total meltdown. Ice Age the Meltdown.
Fabulous.
On DVD Tuesday.
Unstoppable. Sasha Cohen is. So is her Citizen Echo Drive. Fueled by light, it never needs a battery. It's unstoppable. Just like the people who wear it. Citizen Echo Drive watches. Unstoppable.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by the all-new 2007 Wrangler Unlimited, a new species from Jeep. By WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. Don't just watch it, live it. In stores now. By Citizen Watch. And by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun.
Alex Smith rolled up on. And so he is out. It's 2nd and 4 now for Gradkowski and the Redskins. Gradkowski finds Carnell Williams. Williams with the first down and more. Gets into the secondary before he is brought down at the 34-yard line of the Redskins. A gain to 13.
A little flare pass out to the flat to the Cadillac. And you know, the one thing about Gradkowski is talking to John Gruden, they said he loved his passion. He said he's accurate, he's tough, and all those things are good. But if you don't have passion to play the position, you really don't have anything. And Gradkowski brings that to the game. And I think you saw a little of that right there.
Toss to Williams. Williams gets to the edge before he's wrestled out of bounds, and a flag on the play.
You see, you know, after the play, the excitement Gradkowski shows,
Holding.
and his enthusiasm. Watch him too when he gets in the huddle.
10-yard penalty.
Yeah, how about
first down?
John Gruden saying he has a sick passion for the game of football? I mean, that's coming from Gruden.
Yeah.
John Gruden said, you know, listen, you know, this kid is tough. Continue to play with it. 1st and 20 now.
Boy, that hurt. They just got a nice flow going, you know. And they get the little flare pass outside. Cadillac has a nice pickup. Then the toss outside. And here they are going backwards again.
Right up the middle, Michael Pittman. Pittman down to the 29-yard line. Spread out, and Pittman right through the gut for a gain of 15.
You know what Gradkowski does? You think you get backed up this far. You're thinking about a pass. Watch Bruce Gradkowski right here. He's going to signal outside to his left to the wide receiver. Take a look. See that? Go. Now, you see that? Lamar Marshall looks outside. He drops back into pass, and that sets the whole thing up. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Did you just see the linebacker look out to the wide receiver when Gradkowski gave that false motion, that false signal, and then he dropped back into pass coverage? That's what opened that gut up.
On 2nd down, Gradkowski rolls out. Gradkowski keeps it and runs out of bounds. You know, Gruden said, listen, this kid is in there watching film at 7 a.m., stays to 7 p.m. He said it's almost like a tag team with Hackett and myself. Paul Hackett comes in, then I come in, and we take turns with the kid.
I'm not going to touch that.
I can't believe you went there. There's Alex Smith. He really loves the game of football. Third down. Gradkowski. Gradkowski keeps it and jumps for the first down and a flag. There's that passion for the game.
Where's the flag? Where's the flag?
Flag.
All the way across the field, that flag was thrown.
Illegal motion. Number 88 was not set and going down at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still, 3rd down.
Still 3rd down and another penalty.
Who was that called on? Was that on Anthony Beck, the tight end? I don't understand that. Oh, yeah, here's your tight end. He's going to be right here, I believe. No, let me check that. No, here he is here. Let me see what illegal motion he had. He raises his hand off the ground. There it is right there. He takes his hand off the ground when you had the wide receiver in motion coming across the other side.
3rd and long now, backed up.
Watch this. Adam Archuleta comes in the game, and normally when he comes in the game and it's 3rd and long,
timeout.
You're going to see some kind of fire zone with this Washington Redskins defense.
Timeout, 3rd and long for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
This game is rated T for T.
Thanks, Triple H. I appreciate it.
I didn't start out a 10-time world champion. I am the game, Triple H, the king of kings.
I started at the bottom and worked my way up.
It's time to unleash the animal.
Now only one thing can control me, and that's you.
Are you ready for some hot diva action?
So don't just watch it. Live it.
WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. Don't just watch it, live it.
This thing's got pop.
Get any new Jeep vehicle like the new Wrangler Unlimited, equipped with a Sirius satellite radio, and you'll get a 12-month subscription to the best radio on radio.
Now I'm gonna try Hurricane.
Show off.
Baby, go down to Radio Shack and ask them what I want in a wireless phone or plan. Because I have looked everywhere and I still have no clue. MP3s, cameras, streaming stuff, Bluetooth. What is Bluetooth? I don't know, but the guys at Radio Shack do. Together, you can sort it out. So I'm no good at multitasking.
Radio Shack, your neighborhood wireless store.
If we're gonna go down, might as well go down swinging.
With just 2 episodes left this fall,
Run!
Prison Break is about to explode.
Are you ready for this? Today's the day we stop running.
An all-new Prison Break, viewer discretion advised at 8/7 Central tomorrow on Fox.
Gronkowski loses the handle, fumble on a quick snap. And Marcus Washington there for the Redskins, falling on it.
And that's what I was talking about right before we went to commercial, that when Adam Archuleta comes into the game, you're going to see a zone blitz mentality. That's where they're going to drop a few guys, okay, and then they're going to bring a few guys. And that's what happens. And Gronkowski's looking around when the ball's snapped, and he never gets his hand on the ball. Take a look again. Take a look again. Watch. He's looking to his left. He's looking over here when that ball is snapped.
On the exchange from Wade. Campbell and the Redskins take over. Campbell to the near side. Brandon Lloyd has a first down and more. A gain of 19 and snap on that throw by Jason Campbell.
Boy, oh boy, it looked like they weren't on the same page. Troy Vincent was out there and he got there, came over the top, but Jerron Bolden, who has that side of the field, left a lot of room for that receiver to the outside.
Antoine Randall in motion. Campbell into Buccaneers territory. He throws it low to Brandon Lloyd, and did he hold on to it? He did. And it'll be second down now. And so Jason Campbell, 3 of 7, 48 yards.
You know, this Tampa defense, it's not as suffocating as it once was, and I think it's glaringly obvious, and not just in the rankings of the defense, but you'll watch them on film. They just can't accomplish the same things that they used to do to every single team.
The handoff to Mike Sellers.
That's a 5-6 yard run right there. You know, you didn't run for 5 or 6 yards on the Tampa Bay Bucs defense. It was dominant. It controlled the line of scrimmage. They played it on your side of the ball. They played across the line of scrimmage on the offensive side of the ball. This front four doesn't do that anymore. And it certainly doesn't help when you have Ellis Wims out and Simeon Rice out.
And also Shelton Quarles. Over the last 2 weeks, they've played better against the run, limiting the Panthers to 78 yards, and then against New Orleans, 49 yards. And it's going to be third down and short for the Washington Redskins. And Rondé Barber is saying, hey, listen, over the last 3 weeks, Hovan has been playing a lot better up front.
He has been playing better, and he's played well in the middle as a nose tackle instead of a 3 technique, which he was in Minnesota. But take a look at those numbers right there, the ranks by season. Perennial, always a top 10 defense. And this year, they're 24th.
6 of the 11 starters coming into the season 30 years of age or older. T.J. Duckett in the backfield.
I don't think it's an age issue.
Campbell.
I think he has enough.
And it's a first down for the Redskins, keeping the drive alive. How about the changeover here?
Well, that's what it is to me. It's not the age. This was a fire plug. Intensity. This was intensity. And this young coach right here, Raheem Morris, he was an assistant, and he got caught in a situation where he could have been elevated to defensive back coach, but he didn't know Tomlin was leaving, but he had committed to go to K-State as a defensive coordinator. He didn't want to go back on his word, but those three guys were very inspirational leaders for this defense.
Campbell being tracked down by Hovan, and Hovan races him out of bounds. Chris Hovan in his 7th season out of Boston College, and
out of bounds up to 33. Gain of 2.
That defense, the turnover, and Chris telling us that, listen, Rod Marinelli was a master motivator. He said, you know it's special when the defensive line coach becomes a head coach.
You're right, and that's exactly what Matt was looking for up in Detroit, that kind of fire.
Chris Cooley, and a loss of 2. Let's go to Chris Rose in LA. Chris?
All right, Matt, the engineer of the #1 offense in the league injured. Donovan McNabb, rolling right, appears to injure his right knee. He has been carted off, taken to the locker room. We will keep you updated throughout the game. Jeff Garcia on in his place with the Eagles down 7-3 to the Titans. Back to Matt and Bill.
All right, thank you very much. How about that for Philadelphia? You see the NFC East standings. A huge loss for the Eagles. 3rd down and 10 for Campbell out of the shotgun.
Blitz is on.
They're bringing it. Campbell to the end zone. Overthrows his intended receiver, Brandon Lloyd.
The pressure got picked up nicely by the Washington Redskins. For the most part, take a look. They use max protection. They're going to keep a lot of people in to help out Campbell. And he's going to have one-on-one on the outside. See the back staying in. See the tight end staying in. That's maximum protection. And Joe Gibbs, it's a favorite of his. He's not going to get his quarterback in situations where he's going to give it up to the blitz.
Derek Frost to Ike Hilliard. Hilliard lets it bounce out of bounds. We'll be back. Yeah. Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Redskins.
The Visa check card. Because money shouldn't slow you down. Life takes faster money. Life takes Visa.
You need some help?
Yeah. Could you give me a jump?
Sure.
Give it a try. Try giving it some gas. Thanks.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Visa. Go on, live life, and remember that no matter what it takes, life takes Visa.
Fear the turtle, I guess, right? Here in Tampa, the Buccaneers back at their own 5. Let's see what the Redskins defense can do against the Buccaneers. Gradkowski under center. The give to Williams, follows the block of Allstott and picks up a couple. This defense only has 2 interceptions. They have the fewest takeaways. It has been a struggle for them. And a pickup of 3 by Williams, and there's Greg Williams.
Troy Vincent's out of the game with a strained hamstring, and Vernon Fox, number 39, comes in for him.
And he's their leader in the secondary, although he's been here not even a month. And Williams heading up to the first down. And Williams on the pitch and brought down by Sean Taylor.
Well, when you're all bunched up in here defensively, the right thing to do is try to get the ball outside here. And that's what they do. They get that corner. See that nice block by Dave Moore? 37-year-old tight end, still making some money. And he's a good deep snapper, and he's a special blocker. See him get that block? Big hit there right by our big ears. Fox were able to pick that up. That noise you heard, that pop. And that's what happened. That pop, too.
Flag on the play up front.
Encroachment. Number 95. Defense. 5-yard penalty automatic.
Joe Salovey.
Joe Salovey. Now, you know, how can you jump off sides when you're that close to the ball? Well, I'm going to show you how. Watch when you're that close to the ball. Watch what you're looking at. Watch Gradkowski. Arms fly out to the side. There's the jump.
So 1st and 10 now for the Buccaneers.
Ground the ball.
At the 20. Pittman and Allstott in the backfield. Gradkowski to throw. Coming from the corner. And Pittman has a first down and up to the 45-yard line. And so back up at their own 5, the Buccaneers up to their own 45 and a gain of 24.
Well, check out Carlos Rogers. Carlos Rogers is going to be right here. There's Carlos Rogers. Now watch, he's coming on the blitz to that side, but that side is what he left open. If he didn't get there, Gradkowski went back to the side of the blitz, and he found Pittman right where Carlos Rogers vacated.
Rogers in his 2nd year out of Auburn. Of course, a teammate of Jason Campbell's, as well as Cadillac Williams. In motion, Joey Galloway, Gradkowski. And Anthony Beck on the reception. His 12th of the season.
How about the roll? If you're not getting touched and you can't get up to run, just go ahead and roll. Roll for a few extra feet or yards. Beck caught the ball. He's on the ground. And no one's around him. And he says, well, if I take the time to get up, I'm just going to get level. I'll just roll for a few more feet or yards. Good job.
NFL debut for Jason Campbell. Gradkowski knows the feeling. A rookie out of Toledo. 6th-round draft choice. Hands it off to Williams. Williams has a first down before he is wrapped up by Andre Carter and Warwick Holdman.
You know, they're getting 2 old guys back into the game. That's Dave Moore, who's 37 years old. Well, here, check this out. Here's Moore. He's in motion right here, okay? Then you're going to have the fullback, Allstott. Watch this. You get wham, bang, and it's out the door. Here's Moore, 83. He's coming crashing down. There's the wham block. And then you get Allstott leading up on the linebacker. You know, if you're going to go back to the running game, go ahead and get your 2 oldest guys going. They remember it well.
Williams once again, and he's met by Marcus Washington. Tied at 3 with 4:15 remaining in the 2nd quarter. And, you know, John Gruden has said, listen, you know, when they're showing us those fronts, you have to throw downfield to open things up. But Williams has said, hey, listen, we have this recommitment. We want to get after it today.
Well, take a look here. Tampa Bay has 17 times thus far today. They've committed to the run. Now, it's not mustering many yards, but it's the fact that they keep going back. Heck, they'll take 2 or 3 yards to keep pounding, keep pounding, keep pounding. Then they're going to open up and take their shot downfield to Galloway.
And Gradkowski, 6 of 10 to 6 different receivers, and it connects to Galloway, just as you said, Bill. Now cuts back and tries to pick up a couple more, and he loses 2 before Vernon Fox taking over for Troy Vincent. Brings him down, a gain of 16. Joey Galloway. Happy about yesterday. It happened in Columbus, Ohio, in its 12th season out of Ohio State.
Well, and that's the thing. You get lulled to sleep. You know, you're playing the run, and they're getting 2 or 3 yards of pop. And as long as you're getting 2 or 3 yards of pop offensively, yeah, that's a win. You'll come back to that and take that all the time. Defensively, you get lulled into it, and then bang, they catch you off guard, and here it comes the pass.
The pitch once again to Cadillac, getting to the outside. And Williams, a pickup. 6 yards. And so a little bit more snap now to that offensive running game.
Well, your backers got to flow. And take a look here. Here's Lamar Marshall. You've got to be able to flow to the play side, okay? Well, he doesn't have a chance because watch Wade. Wade gets up and cuts his legs right there, and that gives that seam. See that 1 second of getting your legs cut kept him from getting to the spot he was supposed to be at, where Williams go ahead and picked up a few more yards on the first down.
2nd down now. The give once again to Williams. 2-minute warning. Tied at 3 here in Tampa. It's the Buccaneers and the Redskins.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
The German word for safe is sicher. The Portuguese word for firewall is muro de fogo. The Chinese word for password is mima. My company's in 17 countries now, and I can say secure in every one of them.
Dynamic networking from AT&T identifies security threats before they're problems, so Jane's confidence grows right alongside her company. The new AT&T, your world delivered.
When you've got the perfect gift, you know it. Shop Zales diamond bracelets and save up to $1,000. Like our 1 carat, just $4.99 each. Or our 3 carat, just $14.99 each. Find the perfect gift at Zales, the diamond store.
Gradkowski started 0-3 since that time, 7 of 8 for 90 yards, and that has allowed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to get on the ground and start running a little bit more.
Well, you take a look at the time of possession, dominated by Tampa Bay, and the plays. And the reason I believe Gradkowski's been able to get back on track after starting out 0-3 is because that running game's got him going.
It was all stopped.
There's not a quarterback that's ever been worth its weight in salt that is any good that doesn't start with a good run game.
3rd and short, you guessed it, number 40, Mike Allstott, getting to the outside, has the first down. Brought down by Sean Springs.
Listen to the state. Look at this. It's standing ovation. They're getting up on their feet. They're cheering. They're getting enthusiasm.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Allstott will lure your safeties inside. Here goes the train. You hear the train whistle? You got the train whistle going here. The A train, as they like to call Allstott over the years. But he'll lure the safeties inside because they've got to be big to get in there to stop him. Then he'll bounce it out.
12th play of the drive, and right up the gut is Williams, and he picks up maybe 1. It was interesting in talking to him how he talked about the difference between what he liked to run last year and the plays he likes to run this year.
Well, primarily over the years, the Tampa Bay Bucs have had a power run game. Downhill, power O. block down with your tackle and your tight end and get a wash up on the linebacker, and you bring your backside guard out to kick out. And that's been a staple of this Bucs offense. But with the two young rookies on the right side, they've been pitching the ball a lot.
Incomplete, and Gronkowski almost. The pressure came and broken up by Taylor and Carlos Rogers.
Carlos Rogers almost had the pick. You're going to watch at the top of your screen right here. Number 93. Take a look at this rush he gets. Up and inside. Phillip Daniels has done this. Look at it, and almost to the house. That ball was caught. There was nothing but a lot of green in front of Carlos Rogers. But Phillip Daniels has played well for this Redskins defense primarily all year long. He always gets some form of pressure on the quarterback. And as a defensive end, that's doing your job.
Faced with 3rd and 8, and this time picked off. Sean Springs, a drive that started at his own 5.
He never really looked, Matt, like he meant to throw the ball. It was just kind of like just lob the ball in there, if you will. He didn't wind up. He didn't feel like he had the authority to whip it in there. They get away from the run, almost pick on the first pass, pick on the second.
Only the 3rd pick for the Skins D.
No, I understand, sir. The problem is I don't have access to your records.
Boy, okay. That's a really great question. I don't have the answer with me.
No, you need to do that in person. It's on a different system.
You sure you're a customer?
It's not the 6500.
Nope.
But I ordered the 6500.
That's not what this says.
What can people do with the right software?
Yes, ma'am. I've got all of your records in front of me. I can take care of it from here.
For starters, keep the customer happy.
Okay, looking good. You know, Al, with your good driving record and your son's good grades, I think we can save you a few $100s.
That's great.
State Farm's got football fever.
I never get used to that.
You'll get it too.
That was excellent. They love this time of year.
To see how much you can save, call an agent or visit statefarm.com.
Unstoppable. Like a Waltrip is, so is a Citizen Echo Drive. Fueled by light, it never needs a battery. It's unstoppable. Just like the people who wear it. Citizen Echo Drive watches. Unstoppable.
Fox tonight. The Simpsons is so big it could only happen in Vermont.
Experience the wildlife.
Yeah, fly off in a V. New England will never be the same after an all-new Simpsons tonight on Fox.
Fox Tuesday. Focus on my voice. He saved her life. It's okay. I'm gonna protect you. Now a victim is obsessed with him.
I need you to help me.
And this attraction could become fatal.
Why are you talking to me like I'm the bad guy?
Standoff. All new, followed by House. Fox Tuesday. Viewer discretion advised.
Sean Springs' first interception of the season sets up this. And they're not going to put Jason Campbell into a tough situation. They're going to end these first half at 3 apiece. And a big turnover to end the first half. So Jason Campbell and the Redskins tied at 3 with the Buccaneers. Coming up, it's a Visa halftime report. Kurt Menefee, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy will be along with scores and highlights, and the Fox Sports Ticker will have all the latest stats.
It's a Fox NFL Thanksgiving Day special. The guys head to Dallas for football's greatest holiday tradition. T.O. and the Cowboys need a win to keep pace in the East against Cadillac and the Bucs. It's a Fox NFL Thanksgiving Day special in HD.
Be there live for the first show that breaks down the new BCS standings, the official BCS rating show, this weekend on FSN.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Get a Volkswagen and receive a custom First Act guitar.
plug into the stereo and make your V-dub rock.
This amplifier has airbags. I'm all right.
Right now, get a 2007 Jetta starting at just $16,490.
Once upon a time, there was this idea. One of those proverbial big ideas. An idea so big that it needed help making the leap between possibility and reality. This big idea? It's your idea. Now who's going to help you make it real?
Multiply your possibilities. Introducing Intel Core 2 Duo, the world's best processors.
Hockey's back, like you've never seen before. NHL Center Ice on DirecTV. Your favorite teams, your favorite players. Break out of the ordinary with up to 40 games a week of unbelievable action all season long. Just 4 payments of $42.25. Act now and score big. To order, call 1-800-GET-SPORTS today. NHL Center Ice on DirecTV.
The Visa Halftime Report is sponsored by Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. Life takes Visa.
And the Visa Halftime Report comes your way live from the Meadowlands. Kurt Menefee, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy. And, you know, the New York Giants play here, one of their NFC East rivals in a struggle right now against Tampa Bay.
All right, Albert Hainsworth, welcome back, young man. Hope you learned your lesson. I think he has. Let's watch Vince Young, rookie quarterback out of Texas, avoid the sack. 14-yard touchdown pass to Ben Troop, 7-0 Titans over the Eagles. And then Donovan McNabb scrambling, rolling out of the pocket, finally hit. Incomplete pass, apparent right knee injury, carted off this football field, and we will give you an injury update as we receive that information. 7-6, though, Titans over the Eagles. Let's go, let's go, baby. All right, Ray Lewis. Sounds like Jimmy Johnson right before the old pregame show. Watch as Michael Vick, the visiting Atlanta Falcons, 13-yard touchdown pass to Michael Jinson. Falcons up on the road, 7-0 over the Baltimore Ravens.
St. Louis at Carolina.
St. Louis at Carolina. That's got to be Steve Smith somewhere. That's got to be Jake Delhomme. Back, underthrow. People say, why would you throw it under? Well, when you got receivers running stride for stride with the defensive back on underthrow, goes to the advantage of the wide out. Steve Smith makes that catch, a 60-yard strike. Touchdown. It's 10-0 Panthers over the St. Louis Rams.
Elsewhere in the National Football League, the Cincinnati Bengals trying to knock off your Saints. They're up by 3. Here are the Meadowlands. The Jets and Bears are scoreless late in the second quarter. The Dolphins owning a 3-point lead over the Minnesota Vikings. The New England Patriots, you don't think they would lose 3 in a row, do you? They're up 21-0 at Lambeau Field. Howie's Raiders with a 6-point lead over the Chiefs at halftime. 6-point lead at halftime. The Buffalo Bills, a big day for Lee Evans. 205 yards receiving in the first quarter as they take on Houston. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are in trouble right now. But no trouble considering the BCS standings. Coming up after we are done with football, the AT&T postgame show, we will have the exclusive look at the front of the BCS standings.
This thing gets
and after that Michigan-Ohio State game, who is number 2? That is the question. We will be joined live by the head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes, the number 1 team in the nation. Jim Tressel will get his take on yesterday's victory over Michigan, plus find out who he thinks maybe they should face in the championship game.
See what Tressel says.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he says. It'll be interesting to see what USC does next week. They're the obvious choice to move into that second slot if they beat Notre Dame convincingly. And I think they'd have to do that given the fact that Michigan had really beaten Notre Dame convincingly earlier in the year.
Well, Michigan may be number 2 in America's eyes, but as a football guy that loves good games, I like to see change Ohio State beat Michigan. Let's see what USC does and see if they can take care of Notre Dame, take care of UCLA, and then get into that title game.
But those are the two best teams in the country. I think everybody would agree.
They
should play again. We'll have that coming up after football, but the second half of your game comes your way when the Visa halftime continues.
Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL.
It's the best night of drama on TV. Fox Tuesday, first at 8. He saved her life.
It's okay. I'm gonna protect you.
Now a victim is obsessed with him.
I need you to help me.
And this attraction could become fatal. An all-new standoff. Then at 9.
Is he gonna die?
Will House risk everything to save a patient?
This test isn't exactly FDA approved. You committed a crime! Do something!
An all-new House. It all starts at 8/7 Central. Fox Tuesday. Viewer discretion advised.
Fox Sunday has a night so big it can only be called Super Ginorma-Gantuan.
Terrific title. It jumps out at you like a rat in your underwear drawer.
All new episodes with a Simpsons vacation so outrageous it could only happen in Vermont. Then, after American Dad, Family Guy just says no to sex.
You can't give up sex. You see, man, you're what they call a practice girl.
Followed by The War at Home. A Super Ginorma-Gantuan Sunday starts at 7/6 Central tonight on Fox.
I'm playing.
I'm playing. You know I'm playing. I'm playing. Believe it, I'm playing.
Yeah, I'm playing. This Thanksgiving, there's a new tradition. 3 NFL games.
Did you see that? Low-scoring first half here in Tampa. Tied at 3. We'll be back right after these messages and a word from your local Fox station.
The biggest race in the world is back. NASCAR returns to Fox with the Daytona 500, February 2007.
NFL Sunday Ticket, brought to you by Bridgestone Tires. Passion for excellence.
And the wheel goes round. When the wheel goes round and
All across the country, fans are seeing football in a whole new way. With unprecedented access to the NFL, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, fans have made NFL Network one of the fastest growing networks in television history. This Thanksgiving, join us for the network's premiere of Thursday Night Football. A new tradition begins at the place football season never ends.
oh, there's a spot.
Nice work, buddy.
Hang on. Oh, I can't get out.
I got it.
Get any new Dodge, like the all-new Nitro, equipped with a Sirius satellite radio, and you'll get a 12-month subscription to the best radio on radio.
I can give you what you want. I can make your heart beat short. I can make you ice cream. We could be a sweet tea melting in your ice dreams.
Multiply your possibilities.
I can give you what you
Introducing Intel Core 2 Duo, the world's best processors.
You don't have to tell LJ what Denver, Kansas City means. John and Champ, they know all about it. Herm, he knows. Pat Bolin, you better believe it. But since it's NFL Network's season premiere of Thursday Night Football, we just thought we'd remind you, Thursday night football kicks off Thanksgiving night when the Denver Broncos battle the Kansas City Chiefs. Broncos-Chiefs, Thanksgiving night on NFL Network.
Getting set now for the start of the third quarter here in Tampa. Tied at 3, low-scoring first half. Matt Devlin alongside Bill Moss. But, Bill, you take a look back at that first half and a couple of things. You know, first of all, this Redskins defense, only 5 takeaways entering this afternoon's game. Had 2 in the first half.
Well, that was big for them. And you look at this and you see a defensive battle. So you think.
Right.
I'm not so sure if it is. I'm not so sure if the defenses are playing that great or the offenses are playing that poor. I think it may be the latter. But Washington's defense certainly needed some breaks defensively. They came into this game, as you mentioned, they had a hard time taking the ball away. Interceptions was horrible. I think their leading interceptor coming into this game was a defensive end. That's not a good situation.
No.
So they're finding ways to get the ball back. Now, what can they do with it with a young quarterback?
All right, now you're speaking of that young quarterback in Jason Campbell. Started 0-3, and since that time, 5 of 7.
Well, the best thing was they opened the game up. They tried to attack deep downfield. And then they came back and they tried to get their running game going. Not much there, but he was able to avoid blitzes. He's able to stand strong in the pocket, and they're just throwing the ball around little timing patterns just to give him some confidence. Short to medium passes is all they've done so far. But I expect to see him open it up a little bit in the second half. I really do. He's got his feet under him now. He knows the timing of the game, and I think that's the hardest thing to get when you're coming back. And I expect the next step to evolve right now in the second half.
That rhythm. All right, let's go down to the third member of our broadcast team, Chip Carter. Chip.
Talked to Joe Gibbs going into the first half, and he was pleased with the defensive turnovers. Remember, they came in with just 3 fumbles and 2 interceptions. The last game they had a turnover with October 1st against Jacksonville. He feels it's going to set the tone in the second half, says Jason Campbell is playing smart football. John Gruden likes the way his team is moving the ball, just doesn't like the mistakes. A missed snap count, the interception there, and a 90-yard drive. He wants to turn that around. Also wasn't too pleased with his first 3 pass plays ending up being dropped, but says they recovered from that.
All right, thank you very much, Chip. For the latest in fantasy stats, log on to foxsports.com. Take a look at the fantasy update. You see Campbell, Bruce Gradkowski, Liddell Betts, Cadillac Williams, Brandon Lloyd, and Joey Galloway. And we are set for second half action. Short kick. And right there at the 26-yard line. And there is Jason Campbell. And Campbell in the first half, 5 of 10, 51 yards. What did you think?
Of Campbell? Well, it is what it is. I'm not ready to induct him into the Hall of Fame yet, Mac.
No?
No, not yet. I mean, what the heck? It's been a sloppy first half. Let's cut to the chase here. It's sloppy first half.
Last time
Special teams, offense, defense, everywhere. He hasn't been able to get offensively in any kind of rhythm. I think you might see that the second half.
Hands it off to Liddell Betts, and Betts will pick up 3. Last time he played in a meaningful game was in the Sugar Bowl against Virginia Tech. That was back in January of last year. Won more games than any other quarterback in the history of Auburn University, and went through a lot of adversity there. High expectations, highly recruited out of Taylorsville, Mississippi, a teammate of Cadillac Williams. And it finally clicked in his senior year with the new offensive coordinator, Al Borges. Campbell back to throw on the near side. And intended for Brandon Lloyd. Did he keep his feet in? No.
Campbell's pass intended for number 85, Brandon Lloyd.
One of the things you talk about is coming together with the offense coordinator on Borges. And the thing everybody loved about him was his arm strength. Throwing the deep out in the NFL is a sign of arm strength. There is no arc on that ball. That ball was thrown about as direct and flat as you possibly can. Throw the deep out. It was about a 17 to 18-yard out, and that ball was just thrown perfectly. That's the sign. That's how they judge in the NFL the strength of a quarterback's arm, the deep out.
Campbell connects. to Antoine Randall. Well, in talking to Al Borges, he said the difference in his senior year was just a let-it-rip mentality. He said, don't be concerned about turning the ball over. Just get out there and let it all hang out.
As Chris Samuels lets it all hang out here. Look at this. He just runs his man, the guy who got the last sack, Julian Jenkins for the Tampa Bay Bucs. He just runs him all the way up and around the pocket.
A gain of 15.
You want to give your young quarterback some chance to play and prove himself? Keep the pocket that clean for him.
Betts gets to the outside, turns a corner, and Liddell Betts shoved out of bounds by Torrey Cox.
Forced out of bounds by Torrey Cox. 8 of 3.
And so things here clicking, opening up the third quarter for the Washington Redskins and Jason Campbell. Campbell wears the number 17. Daniel Snyder said you got to call Doug Williams to see if it's okay, and Doug Williams gave him his blessing. Wears 17 to honor the former Redskins quarterback.
17.
Here's the give to Betts once again off the outside of the tackle, and Dwayne White brings him down. All right, so here's the thing, so much going on in Washington. What do you do? You're the candidate.
Have no flip-flopping. That would be the number one thing. And with that, I mean, you come in and you're running the counter O and you're running this and you're running that. And you have a set way the way Joe Gibbs did it originally. Then all of a sudden you go out and you draft. I mean, you trade for Clinton Portis. Well, Clinton Portis ran the zone stretch out in Denver. That doesn't fit what you ran and what you're trying to run. And then you go out and bring in Al Saunders and his offense. To me, that's flip-flopping.
First down, a flag on the play.
Right now.
And the pass completed to Liddell Betts. And I know you have more things. As a candidate, there's not just one issue, there's more issues.
There's plenty of issues, but that certainly is the top of it. When I look at this offense, you think, well, what the heck are they trying to do? They're running a power thing. When you think of Ernest Biner running the football for him and John Riggins and that counter Trey O and downhill.
Result of the play. First down.
And then you go out and trade for Clinton Portis. Well, he doesn't fit into that mix. Redskins used to be downhill. Now, this is a Clinton Portis run, but it was straight up the guts. That's the guts play. Now, Saunders' offense in Kansas City, he had those versatile linemen. You get Will Shields out there, you get Casey Wigman, a light center out there. Now you got these big behemoths on the line. You got Randy Thomas and Dockery. These are 345 pounds.
Campbell. Incomplete. Yeah, the average weight of the offensive lineman, 314 pounds.
Yeah, they're big guys, and I think it's hard for them to run the zone stretch play, as you see here, or to run the toss plays outside, which Al Saunders made so popular with Priest Holmes and that Kansas City offensive line. And to me, that's flip-flopping, and they try to do it all. Well, we run the counter trey, well, we run the zone stretch, and we run these other things, but what are they really? That's flip-flopping.
Have to have an identity.
Yes.
Candidate Moss, a scary thing, really. And there's other issues, and we'll get to those. Campbell, great throw to James Thrash, and that's a first down. You talked about it.
The deep out.
Yep.
Again, a beautifully thrown ball. And that's what everybody saw him. John Gruden had him in the Senior Bowl. And Gruden said, boy, this kid is really something. He's got it all. And everybody talked about he's going to be the guy. He just needs time. They brought him along slowly. He's got his time in practice. What a great throw. And time in the pocket as well.
Down to the 24-yard line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers after a gain of 17 through the air. The give is to T.J. Duckett. Duckett acquired in a three-way trade with Denver and Atlanta back on August 23rd.
Well, now you got T.J.
There's that big guy.
To me, this is more along the lines of the old Skins and what they did. Watch, you're going to have a down block, and then you're going to pull the backside guard out and around. He's going to trap. See this? There it is. That's the power O to the weak side. That's what I thought they would use Duckett for, and that's why I thought they traded for him.
A pickup of 18. First and goal to go. Here's T.J. Duckett once again. Duckett wrapped up and piled on at the 5-yard line. An impressive opening drive here for Jason Campbell in the third quarter.
Second and goal at the 5.
And so it's second and goal.
Timeout, Washington.
Timeout by the Washington Redskins and Jason Campbell. The future is now.
Noticed? Southwest Airlines now has more non-stop flights from coast to coast than ever before.
You are now free to move about the country.
Disciplined investing. It isn't about star fund managers. At T. Rowe Price, it's about experienced investment teams that stay the course. For each 1, 5, and 10-year period, over 70% of our mutual funds beat their Lipper average. Low-cost mutual funds from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a complete prospectus or profile with investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
Super Duty, the most capable pickup in America. Bold moves. They happen every day.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. By T. Rowe Price, mutual funds, IRAs, college savings, invest with confidence. By Miller Lite, for great taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite, always a good call. And by Ford F-Series, built for bold moves, built Ford tough.
Bill, you said at halftime, look for opening it up, throwing the deep ball. Well, Campbell on this drive, 3 of 5, 43 yards in the air. Second and goal. The handoff, T.J. Duckett gets stopped at the 3-yard line of the Buccaneers.
Here comes big personnel into the game. Jumbo package comes in now for the Washington Redskins. They bring in Mike Priscillo.
The third quarter has been a huge issue for the Washington Redskins. They've been outscored 60-17 in the third quarter over the last 5 games, 53-0. Campbell, third and goal to go. Play action, looking for the end zone, and he finds it, and a flag in the back of the end zone. Chris Cooley. And Jerron Bolden clapping his hands. And Campbell over. And Campbell
signaling touchdown right now.
So who do you believe, Campbell or Bolden?
Campbell.
Holding, number 21, defense, penalties declined.
You are right, Jason Campbell. Touchdown. His first career touchdown pass to Chris Cooley.
Flag was thrown in the back of the end zone. Jerron Bolden, as he was falling down, grabbed the jersey of a Washington receiver. I didn't like the call at first, being that they were that close to the sidelines, and you're scrambling them out to that side, and there's a lot of bodies in a short, small area.
The Washington Redskins have struggled in the third quarter. Not the case here today in Tampa Bay. Jason Campbell to Cooley.
UPS,
covering more of Europe before noon than anyone. UPS, covering more ground faster than ever.
Football fans have become too reliant on one sign. So what do we come up with?
Lock.
Sure, left. I propose you use nickel when you need 5 defensive backs, or dime when you need 6.
I think it's about time we show a little love to offense. Offense!
Let's issue a continuance on the defense and give the offense a tryout this season.
For great taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite.
Michael, lass mal runter ein bisschen. Weiter links. Gut. So you couldn't find a car you like here in Germany?
No. I couldn't find a speed limit I liked in America. Jake Plummer and the Broncos head to Kansas City to battle Larry Johnson and the Chiefs. Thursday Night Football premieres with Broncos-Chiefs Thanksgiving night on NFL Network.
Fox NFL Sunday, sponsored by UPS. What can Brown do for you?
Cooley is going to be down here, okay? Here's Derek Brooks, and this, of course, is Jason Campbell. But as you run into the sidelines and you're running out of room to the sidelines, and this area becomes congested down there, that little pump fake made Derek Brooks leave his feet and created an opening for Cooley. Jason Campbell keeping his cool as he was looking for Cooley.
Campbell 4-6, 45 yards to 4 different receivers. Back deep, Michael Pittman. Pittman fumbles the kickoff. Pittman trying to get up to the 15. And he is bottled up at the 15-yard line by Brock Cartwright. And the Redskins on top by a touchdown.
Best-in-class payload outside and a ton of comfort inside.
What are you doing? You trashing my truck.
You serious?
Sorry. Ford F-150. Treat it right.
Why am I a Dell customer? Because they design solutions around the apps that I use to manage my customers, not around the solution Dell wants to sell. Everything's more open and easier to manage, so Dell doesn't lock me in. They set me free to grow.
Dell PowerEdge 2950 servers feature the reliability of dual-core Intel Xeon processors. It's your enterprise, so every Dell solution is purely you.
The 23 flavors in every Dr. Pepper add up to so much taste. 23 is always on the tip of your tongue.
And so, at the end of the 23rd quarter, it's all tied up, 23-23.
X is the square root of Y. True or false? Karen.
23?
Dr. Pepper. With 23 flavors and one mind-blowing taste, there's more to it.
Fox Tuesday at 9, 8 Central. A patient with no options.
Is he gonna die?
And a doctor who'll stop at nothing to save him.
This test isn't exactly FDA approved.
You committed a crime! Do something!
All new house after standoff. Fox Tuesday. Viewer discretion advised.
Last 2 drives in the first half for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ended in turnovers, including a 14-play, 84-yard drive with an interception in the red zone. So here they come in the third quarter, down by a touchdown. Gradkowski on the pitch. Cadillac Williams cuts back up, and a pickup of 5 before he is brought down by Marcus Washington at the 20-yard line.
Now you're going to take a look Here's Dave Moore again, the old man outside. Watch him get this little push on the side here. Seal that side. See that side get sealed? That creates your alley for Cadillac Williams. And that's since Dave Moore's been inserted into tight end position, 37 years old in this game. He's been helping turn the corner.
Cornelius Griffin as Williams is brought down by Griffin.
You know, the one thing that with the running game that the Bucs have had today in controlling the time of possession, when you use that philosophy and that mentality in your offensive attack, the one thing that you're supposed to get off of that is your deep passes. And they just haven't been able to get the ball deep to Joey Galloway or Clayton.
The pitch, 3rd and 3, a first down for Cadillac to keep this drive alive. And Vernon Fox comes up tomorrow night on Fox at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. There's only 2 episodes left until the explosive fall finale of Prison Break. It's all new tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, right here on Fox. Viewer discretion is advised. 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers at their own 27. Gradkowski off of his back foot finds Michael Clayton. Clayton had 2 drop balls early in the first quarter. And he's able to hold on there, pick up a 13.
You have a blitz on the inside, so you're going to have man-to-man outside. And Sean Springs plays way off. Check it out right here. The blitz. Lamar Marshall comes inside on the blitz, almost gets a piece of it. Gradkowski stays in there and throws that ball and takes the hit in the face of pressure, in the face of the blitz. That was a heck of a job by the young quarterback.
Alstott and Pittman in the backfield. Gradkowski out of the backfield. Pittman.
Gradkowski's pass complete to Michael Pittman.
And Pittman, a pickup of 6 yards before he is met by Warwick Holdman.
And just as I was saying, that's the one thing they haven't been able to get off the running game is that the deep pass version. That now for Tampa Bay, that's the next step they have to take. If they're getting the run game going, which today has improved for what they have been doing.
They have the fewest passing plays at 20 or more yards in the NFL. Just 14 with a touchdown. The give. And a big gain and a first down for Cadillac Williams. Williams, over the last 3 games I mentioned earlier, at New York against the Giants, and then here against New Orleans, and then Monday night at Carolina, a total of 103 yards and 35 carries. Williams, 17 carries for 67 yards.
And Alstott's been in the mix as well.
Oh, he was huge.
He had almost 30 yards, and Pittman's picked up about 15 yards. So, yeah, they've done a nice job of running the ball today. And here you have Alstott. Here's your guy right there, alone in the backfield.
1st and 10.
Play action, Galloway deep.
Gradkowski under pressure into the near side. Gerald Sowell.
Gradkowski's pass complete to number 33 is Gerald Sowell.
Gradkowski twice now has stayed in the face of pressure. You know, Washington was not fooled at all. Galloway runs a deep post route on the outside, but Washington hasn't been fooled at all by the play fakes from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And every time it's been a play fake, Gradkowski's just gotten leveled.
2nd and 4. Play action once again. Gradkowski, pump fake, in trouble. Gets the first down. Able to escape pressure. And Gradkowski spiking the ball. I mean, it's a first down.
Well,
it's pumped up.
This was a bootleg, and Gradkowski wanted to go to the one-on-one with Joey Galloway. Now there's no one behind him, but that's the bootleg. But I got to tell you, it closed very quickly. Warwick Holdman got there in a hurry. I would say that Gradkowski may be able to beat you and I in a foot race. I think it may stop there.
That's Gronkowski on the give to Williams, and Williams ahead for 7 yards. And Bruce Gronkowski, you know, the game that stood out, you know, there were 10 quarterbacks chosen in front of him. 10. And I asked John Gruden, what did you see? He said, he reminded me a little bit of Jeff Garcia, but there was one game, and you'll like this, one game that he watched that stood out. It was Toledo against Pittsburgh, where he threw for 461 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was 49 of 62.
Well, I don't like that.
Yeah, you like that against the Panthers.
No, I don't like that. But what I do like is that he is from Pittsburgh, and I know the type of ball players that place produces.
Cadillac Williams all the way down to the 5-yard line and a pickup of 21. Ronaldo Wynn pushing him out of bounds.
First and goal, Tampa Bay.
Little flare pass out to the flat. And when you have your guys downfield blocking in front of you, Ike Hilliard likes to get involved with it. Michael Clayton likes to get involved with it. These guys will block for you. That's the one thing that when you look at this Bucs offense, you look at those 2 receivers, they'll get involved in the run plays and help you out.
Dave Moore in motion. The give to Michael Pittman straight ahead following the block of Allstott. And Joe Salave is there to meet him.
Gronkowski, he's really something else too. You know, I mean, this guy, he wasn't expected to play. You know, you have the injury and he comes in and he's a fighter. He's a battler. You love his enthusiasm.
How about here are the guys chosen in front of him, and Gronkowski saying, "Look, you guys are being taken in front of me." And I kept on shaking my head. What's going on here?
Well, he has a better touchdown to interception ratio than most of those guys up there. I can tell you that much.
Including the first 2.
Yep.
And the first 2 could be pretty special. Gronkowski in trouble. Flag is right there. Intended for Clayton, and Clayton saying that Sean Springs.
Better believe it was. Watch Sean Springs. He has his hand around the hip of Clayton. Now that's called hooking. And that's hooking clarifies
the foul occurred in the end
pass
zone.
interference. That's one of the 6 things that constitutes it. Take a look at number 24 and watch his right hand. See the right hand there? Pull his arm away. That's the hooking.
So first and goal to go now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they try to respond after Jason Campbell led his Redskins all the way down to open up the 3rd quarter with a touchdown.
Here comes the A-train.
Allstott. Is it enough?
He's in.
Is it enough right at the goal line?
I think he's in.
It'll be 2nd and inches.
Wow. Let you guys be the judge. Take a look at the football. All it has to do, the nose of the ball has to hit the front line. His helmet hits the front line. The ball is in his hand. That's him right there.
The 12th play of the drive. Gronkowski. The give to Allstott.
Oh, look at the penetration.
Yeah, met in the backfield. Joe Salave, Cornelius Griffin. Salave met him in the backfield, and then Griffin brought him down.
You know, this is what it's all about. Watch Salave right in here. See that? He gets down low, and he gets underneath Davin Joseph.
So a big 3rd down now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This Redskins defense coming in just 5 takeaways, 2 in the first half. They've been down here before and have stopped the Buccaneers. Can they do it again? Allstott alone in the backfield.
Watch the play action pass here.
Gronkowski straight drop.
Touchdown.
Batted up and touchdown. Anthony Beck, the tight end. On the deflection.
The deflection off of Joey Galloway. They line them up double tights on the inside. They have Allstott in the backfield. The ball bounces off Galloway's chest, And here comes Beck to make the catch. That was beautiful.
Carlos Rogers all over Joey Galloway, and then Beck in perfect position for the tie. Matt Bryant. Gradkowski, 3rd and goal.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
No question about that. Tied at 10.
Ford Super Duty, the most capable pickup in America. Bold moves, they happen every day.
You wanted to have a game room, so we created that.
We're changing this.
Play hard. Pick it up, get it.
Good. Yeah. Get it. Get it. Walk. Get it. Get it. First pivot. 2.4 seconds left, and it's time. This is it.
Why wouldn't I want the last shot when I know I've already made it?
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Dell. Business solutions designed for one company in mind. Yours. Dell. Purely you.
Anthony Beck after the deflection, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tied at 10 with 58 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And Gradkowski 5 of 5, 49 yards, and a new Tampa Bay rookie touchdown record with 8 touchdown passes. Yeah, well, how about this? He had the 15-yard penalty back in the first half, did Matt Bryant, and now that.
Well, that's 30 yards of offense that Matt Bryant has given the Washington Redskins.
So the Redskins will have the ball right after these messages.
If you're a man over 50, it's time to take the Avidart quiz. Are you always going? Do you have trouble going? Are you going at night? Maybe you think you have a going problem. But what if it's a growing problem? What if it's not your bladder, but instead you have an enlarging prostate? 50% of men over 50 do, and you may be able to do something about that going and growing with Avidart. Most medicines only treat symptoms. Avidart, with time, actually shrinks the prostate and improves urinary symptoms. Only your doctor can tell if your symptoms are from an enlarged prostate and not a more serious condition, such as prostate cancer. So have regular prostate exams. Avidart is for men only. Women should not take or handle Avidart due to the risk of a specific birth defect. Tell your doctor if you have liver disease. Rarely, sexual side effects, tenderness, or swelling of the breast can occur. Have you called your doctor? Avidart, for your growing problem.
What is it you want, Barry? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down. Hey, that's a pretty good idea. I'll give you the moon, Barry.
I'll take it.
This holiday, let her know she's made your life wonderful with a diamond circle necklace from Kay Jewelers. And you can be assured of 2 things. Every diamond is hand-selected to match beautifully, and she'll absolutely love it.
Am I talking too much?
Yes. Why don't you kiss her instead of talking her to death?
Every kiss begins with K.
New on DVD.
Dupree, live with us?
Bring home Dupree. Nice! Just don't expect him to leave.
The downstairs toilet is on the fritz again.
You, me, and Dupree. Own it this Tuesday.
take a look at the BCS.
First and 10 at the 40.
And we will in just a second as Jason Campbell is under center. 2 sustained drives to open up the third quarter. Campbell short with this throw. All right, I mentioned BCS, and yesterday Ohio State and Michigan. I mean, what a matchup. USC, college football, the best teams, of course. On Sunday, December 3rd, college football's greatest teams find out who they will play in college football's greatest games. It's a live primetime special that you can see only on Fox, the All-State BCS Selection Show. Sunday the 3rd at 8 o'clock Eastern. The USC Trojans came back last night. Monty Kiffin, his son, a coach with the Trojans. Lane Kiffin, as Barrett Ruud stops T.J. Duckett. One of the greats.
Monty Kiffin, he was awful proud of that to his son. He said he talks to his son all the time about that. USC with a big win yesterday. You want to stir the pot? Let me throw it out to you.
Yeah, look.
Should there be a rematch?
You think so?
I'm asking you.
I don't think so. Because what happens if Michigan in the rematch beats Ohio State? What have we proven here? I mean, they're 2 great teams. Campbell. Big throw. Upended. Out of bounds. Brandon Lloyd comes down hard. Incomplete. And it is 4th down.
Comes down real hard.
Derek Frost.
There's nothing pretty about that.
Back to punt. What do you think? Rematch?
Why not? It was a heck of a game.
It was.
If they were 1-2 then, and they go into the game 1-2, the winner's a champ. Period.
Goes into the end zone. That'll be the end of the 3rd quarter with the score tied at 10. Fox NFL Sunday will return after these messages and a word from your local Fox station.
You're watching Fox NFL Sunday.
NFL Sunday Ticket brought to you by WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007.
This game is rated T for T.
Thanks, Triple H. I appreciate it.
I didn't start out a 10-time world champion. I am the game, Triple H, the king of kings. I started at the bottom and worked my way up.
It's time to unleash the animal.
Now only one thing can control me, and that's you.
Are you ready for some hot diva action?
So don't just watch it, live it. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. Don't just watch it, live it.
Once upon a time, there was this idea. One of those proverbial big ideas. An idea so big that it needed help making the leap between possibility and reality. This big idea? It's your idea. Now who's gonna help you make it real?
You're always telling your friends about DirecTV, so why not get paid for it? Help us spread the word, and we'll give you $100. Your friends not only get DirecTV's top-ranking service, they can get a free DirecTV Plus DVR and a free portable DVD player. Then you get a $100 credit on your DirecTV bill. Got a lot of friends? No problem. There's no limit on how many referrals you can make. And for each friend you refer, you get a chance to win 2 round-trip tickets to Super Bowl 41 in the Refer a Friend sweepstakes.
The candidate with his issues of cleaning up Washington, the nation's capital.
Well, the flip-flopping, of course, was in the offensive philosophies and the people they bring in. The second was eliminate all the bureaucratic red tape.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen so many titles? Everybody has a title. Assistant head coach offense, assistant head coach defense, associate head coach, a senior offensive, a senior offense. It's ridiculous. There's too many people with titles. All those titles can't possibly work well to be a product on the field.
Williams on the carry.
You know, because in football, and then that's what I'm talking about here. In football, it's not a democracy.
What?
It's a dictatorship. You need one thought, one train. This is the way we're going to do it. This is how we're going to do it.
That's how you're going to run on your platform.
Look, just take a look at this. Look at everybody has a title. And that's only 5 of the 20 coaches they got. And they're all good minds, and they're all good individuals. It's just with all that input, how can you possibly end up with one solid thing? You're going to try to get along, and so everybody's going to have a little. That's why we see the stretch play. That's why we see the old school stuff. That's why we see Al Saunders' offense.
All right, let's send it out to Los Angeles. Chris, what do you have for us?
Well, Matt and Bill, Brian Bilk, not only the head coach, but also offensive coordinator and team janitor in Baltimore. He's the chief, and he hands it up to Jamal Lewis, and the Ravens had their first lead over the Falcons. Back to Matt and Bill, our executive.
All right, thank you very much.
Atlanta's going to get some cleaning up, too.
Oh. Michael Pittman. Gradkowski on 3rd down. With time to throw. And over the outstretched arms, it's Joey Galloway. So 3 and out after a sustained drive in the 3rd quarter to respond to the Washington Redskins. He overthrows Galloway.
When Sean Taylor is in the backfield, you'll get a lot of receivers that'll give you that. That wasn't a valiant effort. That wasn't selling out. That wasn't going after the ball with arms extended to try to make a catch. That was just jogging and throwing an arm out there knowing that Sean Taylor's behind you because he will flat truck you.
51-yard punt. He was getting dialed up.
So thousands of other mid-sized companies run SAP software. Does that mean I'm not the maverick nonconformist I thought I was?
Domino's Brooklyn-style pizza, boss. Big slice, big toppings. You gotta fold it like this.
You call that a fold? Come on, fold it like a man.
I am folding like a man.
That's ridiculous.
Get our new Brooklyn-style pizza with your choice of extra-large sausage or pepperoni for just $9.99.
Hello, Mr. McDermott.
Call me Jim. You'll be my son-in-law in a few weeks.
Okay, Jim.
Actually, I hope you can think of me as a buddy.
Sounds good, Jim. Jimbo. Jimmy Boy, the Jimster. Jimmy Crackcorn, and I don't care. Jim? I mean, Mr. McDermott? Sir?
Switch to singular with the fewest dropped calls. Now buy a Samsung phone and get 3 free.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Hummer, like nothing else. By DirecTV, there's good TV, there's better TV, and then there's DirecTV. By Bristol Myers Squibb, together we can prevail. And by Singular, raising the bar.
Beautiful day here in Tampa, Florida. 4th quarter, 13:30 to go, tied at 10, and the Redskins will start at their own 23-yard line. Jason Campbell, in his NFL debut, has fared well. Thrash in motion. Duck it in the backfield. And the give to Antoine Randall. Cuts back against the grain and picks up a couple, and so here it is, one more issue.
One Secretary of State. No flip-flopping is the offensive philosophies. Eliminate bureaucratic red tape, of course, is all the titles. And then one Secretary of State, one guy to be your field general. If it's Jason Campbell, keep it Jason Campbell, and keep it and build around him and get the people he needs and the people you want for your offensive philosophy and put it in place. There's been way too many heads of state for the Washington Redskins over the last 17 years.
Bill Moss will be in New Hampshire and Iowa soon. Campbell Out of the backfield. Cooley. And Cooley with a first down. And you take a look back. How about this? Since Mark Rippon going back to 1992. All the names, these guys have started at least one game.
Well, and that's 15 years and 17 quarterbacks. Now, I don't know how in the world you could possibly get anything done with that kind of number.
They're trying to get it done now.
17 quarterbacks, 17 different field generals in 15 years.
TJ Duckett on the carry.
And a lot of those guys were high-round draft choices.
And Jason Campbell sat last year.
Yeah, bring it back and let's wrap it up.
Inactive. And now Joe Gibbs deciding, you know what? It's time to turn to him, and understandably so. 3-6 entering this game today against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's 2nd and 10 now for Campbell. Stumbles. Campbell under pressure and brought down. Dwayne White.
Well, as a young quarterback on 3rd down, when you're underneath center and you're looking at Derek Brooks jump up in here, look at, he's coming up in the middle. You know the blitz is going to come after you. It's coming. That's a little intimidating. See that? You know it's coming. You don't know where it's coming from. You just know you got to get the heck out of there. And look, here's Brooksy. That's what he's looking at right there. Right up on his lap, and he trips over the offensive center. Casey Robach's foot jumps back so far and so fast in order to pick up Derek Brooks, he trips over his foot. Those things are tough for a young quarterback.
Now 3rd and 13. Flips it to Liddell Betts. Betts spins, loses the ball. Buccaneers take over at the 40.
As a ball carrier, when you turn your back to defenders, you better wrap the ball up with both arms because it will pop out.
Brunch, $30.
Hey, that's okay, Wendy. That was a good carry. You're still the man. You're the man.
Latte, $4.
Shake it off, Johnny. Rub some dirt on it.
New piano, $3,000.
All right, guys. They're not saying boo. They're saying movers.
Supporting your team. Priceless.
All right, Bobby. You still got the best arm in the neighborhood.
There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
This is decaf, right?
Y'all ready to order? And y'all ready to check me out in the amazing picture clarity of DirecTV HD? It's broadcast in 1080i. I totally don't know what that means, but I want it.
For the best in HD, get DirecTV.
That was an awesome show.
Awesome.
Hey, would you mind?
No problem.
Me too. So, are you the bass player or the drummer?
I'm not in the band. I'm just here for the Bud Light. Who's pen?
Johnny! Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Who's Todd Shishler?
When I got my new H3, I customized it. I got the marker lamps, the chrome, the rims, brush guard, but I couldn't stop there.
You're going to see the ball right here. And that's Liddell Betts. Now watch, when he comes up, here comes Jermaine Phillips into the play. He's going to lower his head, and he's trying to spin, okay? He's trying to spin away from that. But you've got to cover up that ball upon contact. He's looking right at the defender, the tackler coming up to get him, and he's got one arm on the ball trying to spin back away from it. The helmet of Jermaine Phillips pops that ball out.
Gradkowski, quick throw to Galloway to pick up a 5. So Jerron Bolden recovered it, and the first turnover of the day for the Washington Redskins.
Gain of 5. Second down line at the 35.
Both these ball clubs last year, when you look back, they were both so high up in the turnover ratio, positive numbers. Both of them this year coming into this game have just been terrible.
And one of the reasons why a season ago they were both headed to the playoffs. On the pitch, trying to turn it upfield, and Williams is stretched out, and Warwick Holdman, after a pickup of one, stops Cadillac Williams.
Well, you get half the, you're getting half the offense doing half the stuff, and you're not getting the other half. And that's a pitch to the outside, and you're looking for a seam out there. But the seam just wasn't there. Allstott gets his block on the corner support, but the two guys, the two young offensive linemen, Davin Joseph and Jeremy Trueblood, they didn't get to their linebackers upfield. It just went flat, and that's exactly where the ball went, flat.
3rd and 4, Gradkowski drops back. Gradkowski has Galloway. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Bruce Gradkowski finds Joey Galloway, and the Buccaneers back up on top. A 34-yard touchdown reception. You talked about it earlier on in this broadcast, about that long ball to Galloway.
Well, here's going to happen. Here's Springs, and there's Galloway. And they try to jump back on the inside of him. You have to count receivers. That's Carlos Rogers. I'm sorry. Carlos Rogers over there on Galloway, and they get in that 1-2 look. The trailer look where you have a receiver behind a receiver. That's what they had to that side, and they missed the count, and they were late getting there in man coverage.
After the turnover, the Buccaneers connect. Gradkowski to Galloway. Galloway, his 5th touchdown of the season.
Beneath the placid exterior lies a cauldron of activity inside the Wendy's new jalapeno cheddar double melt. Shown here, we see its many layers, each serving an important function. Fresh ground beef patties insulate the center, keeping it warm. A slice of pepper jack melts beneath bacon, and deep at the burger's core, jalapenos explode in a river of molten cheese. Man can only stand in awe of this miraculous way to do what tastes right.
Rated M for mature. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow.
Saved her life. Now her attraction could become a deadly obsession. Standoff, all new, followed by House, 8/7 Central, Fox Tuesday.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Cadillac. Check out the Cadillac navigation event going on now. Cadillac, life, liberty, and the pursuit.
It was man-to-man coverage outside because the Redskins rushed 8 rushers on this play. And look at the time in the pocket. The blitz gets picked up, and you have man-to-man on the outside, and Carlos Rogers gets caught in a wash in a little transition between the other corner and the receiver on who has who. And there you can see how far behind he got. Kenny Wright was the other corner to that side. There was 2 receivers.
Brock Cartwright takes it from his own 1 and brings it up close to the 20-yard line. Gradkowski in the second half, 7 of 8 for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns.
One of the great things that I think I've been able to do in my life is seize opportunities. I wasn't even a starter. The guy in front of me got hurt, and I had a chance, and I took that chance and had a big day. And so opportunities are seldom perfect, but I've learned that if you're not ready for them, they may not come again.
During the Cadillac navigation event, when you buy or lease a specially equipped Cadillac, we'll throw in the navigation system.
I'm the same as you. I got a few mutual funds, make an occasional trade, but not exactly Mr. Wall Street, you know? So I see these TV commercials offering, like, I don't know, a few bucks a trade, which sounds great, right? Except when I go to sign up, a few bucks a trade is if you're making, like, I don't know, a gazillion trades a year. Like I don't have anything else to do. Honey, Okay.
Lance Armstrong for Bristol-Myers Squibb.
Remember me, cancer? You gave me less than a 50-50 chance to live. You made me suffer. My mom, too. But you made me smarter and more determined and a believer in miracles. Remember me, cancer? You made me what I am today.
Your will, our medicines. Together we can fight the serious diseases. Bristol-Myers Squibb. Together we can prevail.
Fox tomorrow. Run! With just 2 episodes left, everything is about to break wide open.
They gotta take the plane down, just do it.
Are you ready for this?
An all-new Prison Break, followed by a special encore of House tomorrow on Fox. Viewer discretion advised.
Bill Moss is still on the campaign trail.
Well, no flip-flopping is the offensive philosophy. Eliminate all the titles for all the coaches and their staff. One Secretary of State is one quarterback. You've had 17 of them in the last 15 years. And fiscal spending is a huge one. Just think about all the free agents you've brought in here for all that money that you're not getting any return out of.
Will reach deep into their pockets, you know that. Campbell. Mike Sellers turns back up, picks up a couple after the reception. All right, there it is right there.
Yeah, and that, hey guys, that's just this year. That's just this year. And you're not even including, you went out and brought in Todd Collins and paid him, what, $2.5 million, whatever the signing bonus was, along with the salary, because you brought in offense coordinator Al Saunders. Didn't even mention that amount of money either, how much that is.
Greg Williams.
Well, that's just this year.
Jerron Bolden is down and we'll be back right after this.
Y'all ready to order? Hey, 253 straight days at the gym to get this body, and you're not gonna watch me on DirecTV HD? You're just not gonna get the best picture out of some fancy big screen TV without DirecTV. It's broadcast in 1080i. I totally don't know what that means, but I want it.
For picture quality that beats cable, you've got to get DirecTV.
Do you remember when we learned that too much of anything isn't good?
Yes!
Well, let's apply that lesson to enjoying Guinness.
Apply previously learned lessons of moderation to drinking Guinness. Brilliant!
Please enjoy Guinness Draft responsibly.
Life is full of ifs. If in the blink of an eye, my 6-year-old has turned 16. If my family's future means the world to me. Choosing the right life insurance to protect life's ifs doesn't have to be as complicated or as costly as you think. MetLife is the largest provider of life insurance in the U.S. We help you create your personal safety net by listening to your needs, filling in gaps, and building on what you already have to help you prepare for life's many ifs. After all, we're MetLife.
All righty, now that we are into the flexible schedule portion of the NFL season, here are hand-picked games, some great matchups the NFL has picked for Fox in the coming weeks. How about this? The Bears and the Patriots next Sunday, then December 3rd, Cowboys and Giants, the Eagles and the Giants, and then on December 24th, the New Orleans Saints head to the Big Apple to take on the New York Giants. Some great matchups coming up here on Fox. Jerron Bolden.
How about this right here? New England 28-0 over Green Bay. Getting that teed up for our hand-picked Fox games. Chicago at New England, as you said, in a rematch of 1985 Super Bowl.
Down in New Orleans, Louisiana. Bears came out on top. Rondé Barber with 31 career interceptions as a Buccaneer, tied with Donnie Abraham for the most in franchise history. It's 2nd and 8 now for Campbell and the Redskins. 3 wide receivers set. Thrash in motion. Campbell, deep drop. Goes underneath. Had Brandon Lloyd, but he went underneath in a gain of 3.
And that's Buccaneers defense at its finest. That's what I haven't seen enough of, to be quite honest with you, from this defense. Is, yeah, they'll give you that pass. They'll give you that. Take that all day long. Because as soon as he caught the ball, there was a host of Tampa Bay Buccaneers tacklers around him that stopped them upon catch.
The anchor to that defense, Derek Brooks, being at that position to play in that many games. 3rd and 5 now. Campbell. Campbell misfires. Pass intended for Antoine Randall. Throughout the day, every team has responded to the other scoring, but the Buccaneers D came up big there.
Well, check this out. This is linebacker Ryan Neese on a wide receiver. Advantage would be normally wide receiver.
Ryan Neese
gets away with one there, actually.
In his 5th season at UCLA. Ike Hilliard is back.
More you can do.
Stacked up at the 43-yard line, and Gradkowski and the Buccaneers will take over. Tuesday at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. Watch the Emmy Award-winning smash hit House, all new at its new time. That's Tuesday, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock Central, right here, only on Fox. Viewer discretion is advised. Ryan Neese and the Buccaneers trying to defend this house.
And thus far, doing a nice job of it.
With 7:53. There it is right there. Somebody's living up in there.
It's a pirate shack.
Bucs.
Is yo ho ho the ball run.
And it's all up in the house. And how about this run by Cadillac Williams? Finally brought down by Sean Springs after a pickup of 26 yards. And we talked about it earlier, the commitment to the run, and it's all going right now for the Buccaneers.
Well, you take a look again right here at the middle linebacker. He's just slow getting there, and he doesn't get over the top of the block of Allstock. You know, I think that for Lamar Marshall, old Catfish, it's been an up and down year for him. He's had that off-season shoulder surgery he got, and I'm not sure if he ever quite bounced back. Right there in the middle, he can't get off the block. That's his fill to the hole.
When Williams runs for 100 yards, it typically means good things. He gets a carry once again, straight up the middle. Let's send it out to Chris Rose in Los Angeles. Chris?
All right, Matt, down in the Bayou, Bengals and Saints tied at 10, but not anymore. Carson Palmer flushed out of the pocket, finding a wide-open Chad Johnson. His numbers the last 2 weeks are sick. 15 catches, 398 yards, and 4 scores, plus a pulled hammy. Bengals up 7 against the Saints. Back to Matt and Bill.
All right. Thanks a lot, Chris. Here, the Buccaneers up by a touchdown, and Cadillac Williams, 23 carries, 110 yards. We mentioned it before. Over the last 3 games, a combined 103 yards for Cadillac Williams, his second 100-yard carry game of the season. And there he is once again, Williams, and a gain of 9 and a first down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And this time, I want you to take a look at number 40, Allstock. This time, he's going to get Warwick Holdman. Here he is right here. Check him out. Up in, and there he gets the seal. He gets the seal right there on Holdman, and that's what opened up that hole. I'm telling you, you're talking about a long time, just flat out warrior who wears the pirate uniform for this Tampa Bay Bucs team, prouder and probably longer than anybody has for this team. And the job that he's called upon in and out, week in and week out. It used to be the battering ram, just to pound teams ridiculously until they gave in, and then they go over top of them. Now it's a little mix of that, and also as a fullback. And I got to tell you, as a fullback, a true fullback now for the first time, he's actually learned how to block as a fullback. He's done a nice job of learning how to block. All he used to be able to do is run and run people over. He knows his role now. He understands his role, and he's become a very adequate blocker as a lead block.
How about this, your fantasy pick? Cadillac Williams, 25 carries, 123 yards, his long of 26, second 100-yard game this season, the other being back on October 8th against New Orleans. He had 111 yards, and last year he had 6 100-yard games. And when he goes over that century mark, good things happen to the Buccaneers, and today 185 yards on the ground for Tampa Bay.
And they've controlled the clock off of that. Now, they haven't done as many nice things as you would like to do off of that. You know, they've still, 17 points. It looks like it's going to be right now enough to win it. It's still some time left to play, but, when you have 185 yards rushing, you should have more than 17 points, because there should be a lot of plays that come off of that rushing to the passing game.
3rd and 4 now for the Buccaneers. The give once again. Here's Cadillac, and he'll come up short of the first down. Marcus Washington meets him. And Washington saying, you're not going to get it. And with under 4 minutes remaining, and the Redskins D comes up.
There's some penetration and disruption there that time by Washington's defense, and they've done a nice job of that, really. Every time there's been short, Cornelius Griffin has jumped in there, or Joe Salave's jumped in there. Right now, someone needs to jump in there and block this field goal for Washington.
They've had 2 turnovers already here today, and coming in just 5 takeaways. That was in the first half. Can their D keep them in the game here with 3:55 to go? Coming out of the timeout, Joe Gibbs and the Redskins with a 31-yard field goal attempt by Matt Bryant. Bryant. The Buccaneers on top by 10, 20-10.
Using only my City Premier Pass credit card, I earn rewards points crazy fast, and I will do it restrained with this restraining device. I start with the points for buying my ticket and Victor's ticket, then earn points for my miles and his. Unbelievable. Using only the City Premier Pass credit card, I rock the house. Big time. Rewarding. Very, very, very rewarding.
Jason Campbell in his NFL debut, and talking to Tommy Tupperville, his head coach at Auburn University. He said, the game that everything clicked for him was the 3rd game of the season against LSU. They were down 9-3 with 4 minutes to play. And he said Jason Campbell came through big with 2 third-down throws, and then made a 4th and 12 completion with under a minute to go, and they went on to defeat the LSU Tigers 10-9 in his NFL debut. Can he lead the Redskins back? But he said after that the confidence was there and everything was clicking for Jason Campbell. Cartwright takes it, and he is brought down at the 19-yard line.
That was a nice job. That was nice coverage downfield. Kevin Pearson on that tackle. Reached out and grabbed himself a fistful of jersey. Just brought Cartwright down to the ground at an important time.
So here is Jason Campbell, 24 years of age, out of Taylorsville, Mississippi. His father, a high school basketball coach. His brother played linebacker at Mississippi State.
All those things are great, but they can't help him now. He needs pass protection. He needs pass protection, and he needs some of his receivers to shake free. They haven't been able to get deep for him today.
Can he get it? Here's Campbell. Connects. James Thrash just short of a first down. And a gain of 9. No huddle offense for Campbell and the Redskins.
Second down, 1.
I've been impressed, Matt, today, just watching the kid, and his poise in the huddle, his poise in the face of pressure.
He's had 6 different offensive coordinators the last 6 seasons. Misfires there. And Al Borges telling me, the offense coordinator at Auburn, he said one of the positives is that he's learned a ton of football during that time.
Yeah, you can only imagine. The one thing that hasn't been great for him, you know, in this situation, you sure would like to have all your arsenal, you know. David Patton certainly would be nice. Santana Moss as a burner. Wow, how good would that be?
And then also Clinton Portis.
Oh, yeah.
And Campbell on the keeper, straight ahead.
But I mean, heck, you know, that's today's day and age. You know, you're asked to come in and clean up. You asked me to come in and clean up Washington, the things I need to do. You know, you ask somebody to come in and you hire some new foreman for your job site, but hey, you know, I've left you a mess here, and I don't have the proper equipment or tools for you, but I need it done anyhow. And that's what they're asking Jason Campbell to do. Go get it done.
Well, he has certainly shown he has the ability to throw the ball. You talked about it, throwing the outs. He's got a big arm. He is mobile. He came up short there, so it appears as though it's going to be 3rd and inches for the Redskins. They bring out the chains. And by just a couple of lengths, they're going to be short.
Go get it. You know, that's, yeah, hey, listen. I know the horse is blind. I know the cart has a broken wheel. I still need to get this stuff to market. Right? Go get it done.
All right, can they get it done here? It comes down to this with Clinton Portis looking on. T.J. Duckett. In the field, in the backfield is Liddell Betts. Make it Sellers. Mike Sellers in the backfield for the first down to keep it alive.
Woo! See, there it is right there. I know the horse is blind and the cart has a broken wheel. But look how close. Just get it done. Look, watch the handoff, Matt. Take a look. He just barely gets this ball to Sellers. Look, it's just barely. He turns around and Sellers is almost all the way by him. He's got to stick it out behind him.
Keeping it alive.
Flag.
And a flag. So Mike Sellers gets the first down, and they pick up a 6. However, there is a flag on the play with 2:16 to go here in the 4th quarter.
I think a lot of times that is the case when you see quarterbacks, the second-string quarterbacks getting inserted. You know, the coach knows. Hey, I got injuries, I got this problem, I got that problem. I have coaches struggling, not necessarily saying that is the case here, but I got coaches fighting over this and players just struggling with that. Sometimes just
number 76.
Bringing
that
in the
penalty
new
is declined.
quarterback.
Offensive pass interference. Number 83. That penalty be accepted. 10 yards. Repeat. First down.
Repeat.
Everything's
a wash.
First down.
But yeah. I mean, you know the situation. But sometimes just inserting the second guy, you're hopeful that it will breathe new life into the situation. Not saying that Campbell's better than Brunell or this guy's our best chance. Just giving new blood and new life to a situation is enough to give you a spark to get over all the problems that you know you have and your players know you have.
2 penalties on Washington, a holding which was declined, an offensive pass interference. It brings up 1st and 20 for the Redskins. So backed up now at their own 20. Campbell will run, has room, and he slides down at the 29-yard line after a gain of 9, and he saw Derek Brooks and Torrey Cox on the scene, and he decided to slide safely. A 2-minute warning here in the 4th quarter. Can Jason Campbell in his NFL debut lead the Redskins from a 10-point deficit.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Hey, motion capture, you guys set?
Set.
Let's get a good tracking on this.
The King's pain is your gain. Pocket Bike Racer, one of 3 new Xbox games, rated E for everyone. $3.99 when you buy any value meal, only at Burger King.
The German word for safe is sicher. The Portuguese word for firewall is muro de fogo. The Chinese word for password is mima. My company's in 17 countries now, and I can say secure in every one of them.
Dynamic networking from AT&T identifies security threats before they're problems, so Jane's confidence grows right alongside her company. The new AT&T, your world delivered.
When my brother started selling auto insurance, I got a little pressure to use them.
A little? I'm State Farm Agent Amy Kaplan, and this is a true story.
I didn't pressure you. I think blood is thicker than water.
So as some of the staff, we switched from State Farm to him.
The service is horrible.
Well, he wouldn't call me back, and he's my brother.
So I called him, and he was ready to switch back. State Farm treated us like family.
Yeah, better.
Great service and great rates, it's all here. Nobody takes care of you like State Farm. Call an agent today. Like a good neighbor?
State Farm is there.
Barrett Ruud and the Tampa Bay defense coming up big today. Second and 12. Campbell. Flushed out of the pocket. Underneath to Chris Cooley. Cooley across the 50 into Buccaneer territory. And a pickup of 22 yards. Hurry-up offense for Jason Campbell and the Redskins.
First down, Washington.
Shotgun again. And Liddell Betts. Pass intended for the running back.
Yeah, well, watch what happens to him. Here's the umpire. He's going to be right in here. Check him out. And Liddell Betts gets caught up running into him. That's Daryl Jenkins. He steps up and look at Betts. He runs right into him. When you're running as a back, when you're running across that middle, you have to know where the umpire is. And the umpire did the right thing. On a pass play, he stepped up into the line of scrimmage. You saw Daryl Jenkins step up into the line of scrimmage. Liddell Betts has to know exactly where he's at.
Campbell. And James Thrash. It almost looked like when he looked back, he was looking into the sun.
Well, just look at the shadows on the field. I don't think he ever saw that ball because his hands never went up in the air. Look at the shadows on the field and look where he's looking. Look, I don't think he ever sees it. I don't think he ever sees the ball.
And then it looked as though he was a little bit concerned.
Look, there's the sun, and that's the exact angle in which he was looking. You can tell by the shadows.
3rd and 10. Campbell. And out of bounds, intended for Brandon Lloyd. It'll bring up 4th and 10, and can Campbell keep it alive here?
Well, can he keep it alive when you're facing that rush, too?
Got that pressure coming.
Check it out. That's a big-time rush. That's by another rookie, Charles Bennett. Charles Bennett and Julian Jenkins, 2 young rookies, defensive ends for the Tampa Bay Bucs that have been filling the shoes, so to say. They've been switching and rotating in and out because Simeon Rice is out. But you're talking about a 6th and 7th round draft choice that have gotten after the passer today. Bennett
out of Clemson and Jenkins out of Stanford. 4th and 10. Jason Campbell underneath. Liddell Betts, the top receiver for the Redskins this season, with a 1st down and a pickup of 14 yards. Nearing the minute mark here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, with 1 timeout left, they need to score real quick.
Campbell. And crash. Doesn't get out of bounds.
Or does he?
He does get out of bounds, but he could have gotten out of bounds a little bit quicker.
Well, that's where Jermaine Phillips has to keep him inbounds.
All righty, coming up next on the AT&T postgame, Kurt Terry, Howie and Jimmy, and Jim Tressel of Ohio State Live. The BCS standings will be announced, and of course the Buckeyes came up big yesterday against the Michigan Wolverines.
You don't want to miss that. They're calling Jim Tressel one of the best big game coaches in college football.
Campbell, Cooley, Chris Cooley turns the corner. Cooley spun out of bounds at the 5-yard line by Will Allen with 44 seconds to go, and a pickup of 25 yards.
Here's Coolio. Chris Cooley. He gets in and around Derek Brooks for the second time in this drive, actually. That's a second Cooley catch in this drive, and both of them were on Derek Brooks. Cooley does a nice job of heading upfield to the sidelines and getting an extra yard in the last second, stepping out to stop the clock.
First and goal. Can they connect quickly? Campbell! Derek Brooks picks it off. No.
Incomplete.
Incomplete.
The ball hit the ground.
They're saying incomplete.
Wow. It certainly looked like it from here, Matt.
He thought he had it, too.
Yeah. Well, take a look. He threw this ball. He forced it in here. You can see there's 2, 3 Tampa Bay defenders around there. Getting the ball.
Right there, down.
The ground.
Yep.
Oh, Derek.
Derek Brooks thought he had his 23rd career interception. Not to be. Second and goal now. Cooley in motion. Campbell under pressure, fires to the back of the end zone, caught.
What a great catch
Todd
by Todd
Yoder.
What a terrific catch by Todd Yoder. The bootleg was to buy himself some time. Jason Campbell, he had pressure in his face. I believe it was Greg Spires, 94, was not fooled at all, read the offensive tackle perfectly, had the pressure in Campbell's face. Campbell throws a bullet to the back across a lot of defenders to the back of the end zone, and Yoder actually has to fall backwards from the direction he was running to catch it.
Novak and the extra point. It's a 3-point game here in Tampa. Jason Campbell connecting with Todd Yoder.
Look at the back of the end zone. Here's Yoder right here. Number 87. Take a look. He's going to trail along the back of the end zone and be heading in this direction. And as he does on this bootleg, watch, he's got to come back against his body. See him stop and have to come back? He one-hands it on a tip just out of the outstretched arms of Derek Brooks again.
And how about the throw off balance by Campbell under pressure, and he zings it in there in the back of the end zone.
Well, time for the onside kick here. Time for the onside kick. The kid's got a strong arm. There's no question about that. That's what he's been raved about ever since he was in high school. He's a big kid with a strong arm. And you saw that bullet he threw across a lot of defenders, as I said, to the back of the end zone. But now, it just comes up to one thing. Will he have another opportunity to get the ball in his hand? It all depends on his onside kick.
19 of 34 on the day, 197 yards and 2 touchdowns. 5 of 9 on the drive, 72 yards. I mentioned about that day against the Bengal Tigers of LSU, and the Auburn Tigers coming back and winning in the 3rd game, and so much confidence earned after that in that year in which the Auburn Tigers went 13-0. Well, to keep this alive, Derek Frost and a timeout. Coming up Thursday. That's right. Oh, this Thursday on Fox, the most feared award in the world will be presented, Bill. Move over, Nobel Prize. It's the Galloping Gobbler Award. It is back. Buccaneers and the Cowboys. Previous winners, Emmitt Smith, Dre Bly, Julius Jones, Michael Vick. Thursday, Bucs and the Cowboys, 4:15 Eastern, 1:15 Pacific. They're the pass gobblers. It's something that everybody dreams about. Who will be the galloping gobbler? Find out this Thursday on Fox. Bill?
You got your MVPs, your Super Bowl MVPs, your Pro Bowlers, your All-Pros.
Yeah.
For a lot of these guys,
it's about the gobbler.
It is. Yeah, I think for most guys, it's about the gobbler.
Onside kick.
I think it's good by Tampa.
Michael Clayton recovers it. Battling for the football.
It's called the hands team.
The all hands team out there with 32 seconds left. And still reaching and grabbing going on.
They haven't made a ruling yet.
No, they have not.
There's a lot of people pointing, but I have not seen an official point yet.
People and players being pulled off of the pile, and it will be Tampa Bay football. John Gruden has to be pleased with his team. A team coming in that has lost 3 in a row against the Giants, the Saints, and Carolina outscored during that stretch 72-27.
Well, it's nice to get a breather.
Yeah.
And a breather may be all it is.
It is, because guess what? This one ends, and it's the Cowboys. And they've already been working on the Cowboys. They've had the toughest schedule.
Then at Pittsburgh. Atlanta here at home. Then at Chicago, at Cleveland, and Seattle. There's nothing nice about it.
So the time will tick away for Bruce Gradkowski. Pete Morelli, our referee. And Joe Gibbs. The Jason Campbell era is here. And for him, it was a positive showing. He'd never taken a snap before in the NFL.
Almost 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. You got to find a lot of good in that. But what I saw I liked about him is things like his poise in the pocket under pressure. He never looked like he was green at all. He looked like he was fine. What we got here?
A booth review.
On the kick.
On the kick.
Good luck finding on tape who has the ball at the bottom of that mess.
The 10 yards. And so the booth review.
There's things that occur down in there.
Yeah.
It's almost like magic.
How things end up, and
you're never quite sure who's going to come out of there with what. And I'm not talking about the possession of the football either.
The battle goes on for the football there, and that's what they are reviewing. You see Pete Morelli with a booth review, and Jason Campbell hoping that possibly he'll have a slim chance to get the ball back with the Redskins. And John Gruden and Monty Kiffin, as Gruden told us, he said this is a relentless schedule. And coming up, the AT&T post-game show. Kurt, Terry, Howie, and Jim Tressel, the Ohio State Buckeye head coach, will be live, and BCS standings announced. And of course, Rutgers, Scarlet Knights. That's
all right.
Ohio State. It's all about Ohio State, but will it be Michigan? USC, Notre Dame,
the ruling
Florida.
on the field stands. Tampa Bay's ball.
So it stands.
And that tells you wrote.
Gruden said of this stretch here where you have the game today and then Thursday, he said, listen, I think it's a great opportunity. You can win 2 games in 5 days, and it's 2 games in 5. Win 2 games in 5 days. So that's what I'm selling. And he's selling it today.
Campbell's sitting there scratching his head and probably has a good sense of feeling of what Mark Brunell has felt in the last several weeks. Just that frustration where You're close, you got some things going, but it's just not there consistent enough, and you don't have all your arsenal either.
Jason Campbell on this day, 19 of 34, 197 yards, 2 touchdown passes, but it was Bruce Gradkowski, 14 of 21 with 2 touchdown passes. And he had a huge second half, 7 of 8, 88 yards and 2 TDs, but things opened up for him because of the rushing attack, 125 yards by Cadillac Williams.
Second down, 11.
Simeon looks a little excited, doesn't he? And I think that's going to do it.
And Bruce Gradkowski and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers stop the Washington Redskins 20-17. So John Gruden and his Buccaneers will now get set for Dallas. They'll head to Big D. They have them on Thursday for Thanksgiving. And for Jason Campbell, there will certainly be another day. And a fine showing by the second-year quarterback out of Auburn University. And we'll be back here in Tampa right after these messages. Jason Campbell falls to the Bucs.
It's a shocking all-new Family Guy shocker.
Now I'm abstinent. Ah! Oh, I see what you're driving at.
All new, followed by The War at Home, tonight on Fox.
All across the country, fans are seeing football in a whole new way. With unprecedented access to the NFL. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Fans have made NFL Network one of the fastest growing networks in television history. This Thanksgiving, join us for the network's premiere of Thursday Night Football. A new tradition begins at the place football season never ends.
For Bill Moss and Chip Carter, this is Matt Devlin saying so long from Tampa Bay, where the final score, the Buccaneers win 2017. We take you now to bonus coverage, Minnesota and Miami. Here's Sam Rosen and Tim Ryan.
And we welcome those of you who watch the Washington Redskins and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Welcome to Miami, where the Dolphins lead the Vikings 24-13. Vikings have a first down at the Miami 11. Johnson throwing incomplete. If you've just joined us, we check out the game summary. Miami has been held to -3 yards rushing by the best run defense in the NFL. Turnovers have become a big factor. Here in the second half, the Vikings turned it over 3 times. 2 fumbles by Chester Taylor that were turned into points. One was a touchdown return by Ronaldo Hill, and then the interception by Jason Taylor for a touchdown.
And Jason Taylor, one of the fumbles by Chester Taylor, he ripped it out. Not only did he get the touchdown, but he ripped out a fumble earlier that ended up being recovered.
On second down, Johnson's pass deflected by Jason Taylor once again, and it falls incomplete. And we welcome everybody around the country to Miami.
We're all here.
And we're having a good day. Sam Rosen, Tim Ryan, Mike DePasquale, 25 seconds remaining. The Miami Dolphins, led by their defense. Joey Harrington had a good first half. Overall, 26 for 42, 254 yards and 1 touchdown. He did throw an interception. But the Miami defense has won this game for the Dolphins. And that pass is incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th down for Miami, and we invite you to stay tuned following the conclusion of this game
for the AT&T post-game show, where the guys in the studio, Kurt Menefee, Terry Bradshaw, Howie Long, Jimmy Johnson, will cover all the games with scores and highlights. Jim Tressel interviewed as Ohio State has earned a spot
last night
in the BCS championship game. Weldy Moore in the backfield. They've got to get to the 1-yard line for a first down. Johnson is hit. Got it to Weldy Moore. He fights his way down close to a first down. He may have gotten the first down. That's a great effort by Weldy Moore.
Timeout, Minnesota. Their third and final. It'll be a 3-second timeout.
That is a first down inside the 1-yard line.
That's just strength by your quarterback. And then Weldy Moore. How about wrapping up if you're trying to tackle him? Zach Thomas wraps up there, but the other two defenders that converged on the play just tried to get knockout shots. Nobody wrapped up and got him down there. He was able to get down and squeeze up for a first down.
But for the Vikings, only 7 seconds remain. Dolphins will play Thursday in Detroit. Thanksgiving Day, it'll be the first game. And then we will have the second game of Thanksgiving Day. Dallas will be home against Tampa Bay. Hope you'll join us on Turkey Day. Minnesota in danger of dropping to 4-6.
And that's brutal. If you looked at their schedule 3 weeks ago, you'd have thought, all right, this team's going to get on a nice little run, get a nice little pad going. I think the combined teams for the month of November were 7-22 with the opponents. Everyone's thinking, all right, Minnesota going to get through these next ones, get ready for a December run. They've dropped the ball big time.
Don't forget, on the AT&T postgame show, the new BCS standings will be revealed.
Lock and load.
Where's USC?
Lock and load.
23-9 over Cal, big fella. 3 tight ends in, but only 7 seconds remaining in the game. And somebody jumped across inside for Miami. Looked like it was Big Dan Wilkinson.
Encroachment, number 95 in defense. Distance to the goal, still first down.
You can see the look on the face of Nick Saban.
It's also, remember, Miami is able to escape here with a W. This will be 3 in a row for them. They finished last year with 6 straight wins.
They virtually, if they hope to make the playoffs, they've got to win out.
Zach Thomas and the other guys said, why not? We did 6 last year. We'll finish with 10 straight if we can this year.
Johnson still has it. Rolling, looking, throwing, and the pass is ruled incomplete, I believe. Incomplete, juggling it as he went out of bounds.
That's exactly right. That's a good call, because Dugans did not have this under control by the time that left foot stepped on the other side of the pylon out of bounds.
Ronaldo Hill with a touchdown in the game for the Dolphins on the fumble recovery and return. 1 second remaining. The Vikings, it'll be 4 losses in a row. They go to 4-6. The Dolphins, it'll be 3 wins in a row. They go to 4-6. And into the end zone goes Chester Taylor for a touchdown as time has run out.
Hey, we gotta kick it. We must do the try. We must do the try for point.
Time has run out for Joey Harrington. It'll be his first win ever over the Minnesota Vikings as a starting quarterback.
Did he strike you as a different guy in talking to him on Friday? Because he did me, rather than that guy that we saw in Detroit for all those years.
I think he feels a lot more comfortable here. Dante Culpepper still rehabbing his knee after playing the first 4 weeks of the season, but there is the chance he may not play again this season. And Joey Harrington could be the man. Right now he's number 1. And he's feeling good about things.
Yeah, I think he feels like he's got a new lease on this league. Said for the first time really since college, and he was 25-3 at Oregon, that he's finally enjoying playing football again.
Vikings will be home against Arizona next week, then Chicago the week after. That's it. The touchdown for Minnesota is meaningless, and the final score, the Dolphins beat the Vikings 24.
Championship Series in HD comes to Fox, January 2007. It's the best night of drama on TV. Fox Tuesday, first at 8. He saved her life.
It's okay. I'm gonna protect you.
Now a victim is obsessed with him.
I need you to help me.
And this attraction could become fatal. An all-new standoff. Then at 9.
Is he gonna die?
Will House risk everything to save a patient?
This test isn't exactly FDA approved.
You committed a crime! Do something!
An all-new House. It all starts at 8, 7 Central. Fox Tuesday. Viewer discretion advised.
Fox tonight. A Simpsons episode so big it could only happen in Vermont. Experience the maple syrup.
No, Jemima.
And the beautiful wildlife.
Yeah, fly off in a V!
New England will never be the same after an all-new Simpsons tonight on Fox.
No, I'm not going to go through it line by line, but have you ever actually looked at this thing? I mean, account research fee, $32, deposit verification, $12. Are these even actual terms? It's like someone spent their entire day thinking of ways to nickel and dime us.
One big life, 4 ways to dress it.
Now stop! There ain't no more!
She is the team mom. Her boys are big, so she's big on Campbell's Chunky. Hearty meals to feed an NFL-sized hunger. Team mom, we salute you. Campbell's Chunky, meals that fill you up right.
My clothes didn't fit.
Ear infection? Double. Wasn't it double ear infection?
She bumped her head.
I couldn't sleep. I typed in anxiety.
I typed in depression.
Diabetes. Sexual health.
WebMD has information that used to be scattered in millions of places.
All in one place.
Organized information.
Medically reviewed. So we trust it.
I don't need millions of answers.
Just one good one.
More than 30 million people come to WebMD every month. WebMD. Better information, better health.
Kingdoms and queens, they all bow down to you. Ranches and ranch hands are bowing too. And I'm taking off my straw hat for you. Singing, here comes the sun again.
Dolphins beat the Vikings 24-20. It's time for our UPS leaderboard. UPS, what can Brown do for you? Joey Harrington with a good passing game. 26 for 42, 254 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Chester Taylor, 28 carries, 80 yards, but 2 big fumbles. But the defense won it for the Dolphins with 2 returns for touchdowns, 1 by Ronaldo Hill, 1 by Jason Taylor. Our producer was Jeff Gowen, director was Bill Webb, associate director Bob Grossman, broadcast associate Brian Biederman. For Tim Ryan and Mike DePasquale, this is Sam Rosen. The AT&T postgame show is next.
Welcome to the AT&T postgame show.
Coming to you live from the Meadowlands, it's the AT&T postgame show. Kurt Menefee, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy. We will get you all caught up on Week 11 of the National Football League. But first, the first exclusive look at the brand new BCS standings. Everyone's wondering, Ohio State, Michigan yesterday. Well, we knew that Ohio State would remain the #1 team. No surprise after the 3-point victory. The question was who would be #2. The answer, the Michigan Wolverines. They do not slide down in the poll, holding on to that #2 spot after losing in Columbus. Also holding on and staying at #3, the USC Trojans. They had to come back and beat Cal last night, but when they did, So they are the Pac-10 champions, guaranteeing themselves at least a share of the Pac-10. They will face Notre Dame next week. The Florida Gators, they win again. They hold on to number 4. The Eastern Division champs of the SEC will play Florida State in their finale. And then it's Notre Dame. They will play USC next week. They will go in as the number 5 team in the BCS ranking. So the top 5 stay the same, but really when you look at it, number 2 and number 3 are so close. 7 1,000th of a point separate Michigan and USC, but Michigan holds on, remains number 2 behind Ohio State. Rutgers was number 6 last week. They lost. So basically, Arkansas, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Louisville, and LSU all move up 1 slot. But joining us right now is the guy who is the head coach of the number 1 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes, Jim Tressel. And first of all, thanks for joining us, Coach Tressel. Congratulations on yesterday's big victory. And, you know, when you get a big rivalry game like that that lives up to all the hype, you have a chance to catch your breath yet?
Well, we really don't. We've been recruiting all day. We had a lot of guys in for official visits, but you know, it worked out like we thought it would. We told our guys at the beginning of the year, the only way you can guarantee yourself a spot in that BCS title game is you have to win every game, and our guys have done that, and now we can focus in and finish this academic quarter out and see who the opponent is.
All right, well, Coach, you saw the brand new BCS standings just come out. Michigan holds on to that number 2 slot. First of all, are you surprised? And secondly, do you want to see Michigan in a national title tilt against your Ohio State Buckeyes?
Well, I'm not surprised because I'm sure their computer numbers and obviously the pollsters had to be impressed with the way their kids played. They have an outstanding football team, and it was a whale of a football game. And, you know, there's a lot of football left to be played, not by us in the Big Ten, but obviously out there in the Pac-10 and the SEC and Notre Dame and all the rest. And so it'll be interesting to see how it comes out. But I know this, Michigan is a very good football team.
Coach, this is Terry Bradshaw. Congratulations. A coaching thought here. Back in '96, Florida State beat Florida 20, I believe it was 24-21, but then those two teams matched up again in the championship game, and Florida came back to beat Florida State 52-20, a repeat performance, winning the national championship game. As a coach, that has to be, or would be if it's Michigan, one of your toughest coaching assignments after 11 tough weeks of getting ready, finally taking care of Michigan at home, having to play them again. How tough a coaching assignment would that be to get your team ready to play an arch rival?
Well, it's tough enough when you play them during the regular season, and I'm sure it would be a tremendous challenge for our young people. But, you know, the thing is there's a system, and we'll see how the system works out. We're not going to start preparing for that matchup yet until we know the exact matchup, but I'm sure it would be tough. I remember when I was coaching at Youngstown State, we had beaten Eastern Kentucky in the middle of the season, and we faced them in the 3rd round of the national playoffs to go on to the championship game, and I tell you, that was tough duty, and I'm sure this would be like that times 10.
Coach Tressel, Jimmy Johnson here. You've been part of these national championship games before. There's going to be a long layoff before the game. Is that a concern, that long layoff?
Well, we're going to have to do a good job with our time. In the past, we've had about 43 days in between the end of our regular season and our bowl game. This year, we have close to 50. We're going to finish up our academics good and hard and get back at it from a training standpoint, and I hope do a real good job mixing in our preparation and some time at home for the holidays for the kids, and then of course do a great job when we get out to the bowl site. But I think it will be crucial how we set up that time.
Coach, I'll be doing the pregame show before that game, so I'll be in Glendale, Arizona, so I'll see you at the national championship game.
Okay. Well, we're looking forward to it. We're so proud of our kids, especially our seniors. And people that saw the game yesterday saw a tough college football game, 2 great teams.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach Jim Tressel. And congratulations once again. The Ohio State Buckeyes remain number 1 in the BCS. Michigan stays number 2. Looking at the bottom half of the top 20, Boise State. Everybody keeps knocking them, but they just keep on rolling. They are now number 11, followed by Auburn, Texas. Rutgers falls 8 spots after that loss to Cincinnati. Oklahoma, G-Tech, and V-Tech Boston College, Cal, and Tennessee. All right, guys, I want to get your general thoughts about the BCS standings. Michigan remains number 2. We talked about it at halftime. I thought that was the way that it should be. You guys disagreed. Are you surprised that it turned out to be that way?
Well, I know a lot of people are saying, well, Michigan's the second best team in the country. Maybe we need to see a replay, but I don't want to see a replay. We've seen that already. Let another team have a chance to beat Ohio State, and there's plenty of candidates out there.
Well, you get USC next Saturday night versus Notre Dame. Both of those football teams, one-loss teams, probably feel they should have a shot at that national championship game. You look at Arkansas, you look at Florida playing potentially in the SEC championship game. The winner of that football game could get their state.
Yeah, and USC also has to play UCLA, and Coach Tressel touched on it. Almost 50 days. You peak, you coach to peak perfect. They have done that. Now the real hard thing is holding that team at that fine edge, and I agree with Jimmy. They've beaten Michigan. It's time to move on. Bring on Notre Dame, Arkansas, bring on Southern Cal, bring on anyone. I think the fans would enjoy
Southern
that more
Cal
than
runs
a
the
repeat.
table. Chances are it's probably going to be Southern Cal.
Well, once again, there was only 7 1/1000th of a point separating Michigan and
How about
USC.
you, big guy?
Michigan. I think those are the 2 best teams in the country.
And who would win the repeat?
Michigan. Neutral site.
I disagree with that.
All right.
No.
You know, we will get you all caught up on Week 11 of the National Football League when we come back here to the
Jersey.
Meadowlands.
What do you know?
But just keep in mind that the place to catch all the big games in the BCS, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, the FedEx Orange Bowl, All-State Sugar Bowl, and the Tostitos BCS Championship game is right here on Fox in January. It's the only place to be. Don't touch that dial. NFL highlights coming up next. Michigan.
Fox Sunday has a night so big it can only be called Super Ginorma Ganchuan.
Terrific title. It jumps out at you like a rat in your underwear drawer.
All new episodes with a Simpsons vacation so outrageous it could only happen in Vermont. Then, after American Dad, Family Guy just says no to sex.
You can't give up sex. You see, man, you're what they call a practice girl.
Followed by The War at Home. A Super Ginorma Ganchuan Sunday starts at 7/6 Central tonight on Fox.
We need an idea for our Super Bowl commercial.
Don Cheadle.
We already did that. Can't repeat ourselves.
We can't repeat ourselves.
We've got to do something that's never been done before.
Everything's been done.
Twice.
Can't get in the country. Anyone? No. We need help.
Pitch us your idea for the best NFL Super Bowl commercial ever. Seriously. Sign up now at NFL.com/superad.
If we're gonna go down, might as well go down swinging.
With just 2 episodes left this fall, Run! Prison Break is about to explode.
Are you ready for this? Today's the day we stop running.
An all-new Prison Break, viewed as special advised at 8/7 Central tomorrow on Fox.
All across the country, fans are seeing football in a whole new way. With unprecedented access to the NFL, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, fans have made NFL Network one of the fastest-growing networks in television history. This Thanksgiving, join us for the network's premiere of Thursday Night Football. A new tradition begins at the place football season never ends.
Welcome to the AT&T postgame show.
Time to get you caught up on Week 11, and last week the Bears came into the Meadowlands, beat the Giants. Today, they took on the Jets.
Who said this guy was overrated? Not in my book. Back goes Pennington, staring, zone defense. Back goes Brian Urlacher, interception, brings it out. Nice job, Bears defense awfully impressive today. Then the Jets attempt an onside kick. Line it up, step it off. Here we go. Oh, try to fool everyone. Chris Harris, though, recovers for the Bears. Smart, alert, special teams play led to a field goal. Bears up 3-0. And then Grossman, a little hitch route to Mark Bradley. Turn on the speed, young man. 57 yards later, touchdown Bears. On the road, take their record to 9-1. Congratulations, Chicago. Levy, there's your score, 10-0 Bears over the New York Jets.
In Miami, the Vikings come a-calling.
All right, Brad Johnson. Nice quarterback. Hands it off to a nice running back. Chester Taylor in from 1 yard out. 7-0 Vikings over the Dolphins. Joey Harrington into the flat to Justin Peel. Linebackers drop off. Corner drops inside. 11-yard touchdown. It's 10-7 Miami. And then Taylor, fourth quarter. Up inside, bounces the outside, fumbles, who's there, Ronaldo Hill, picks it up, Jimmy, how far does he go?
A long way.
There you go, 48 yards to be exact, and it is Miami 24, Vikings 20.
Dolphins have won 3 in a row, with the Patriots lose 3 in a row.
There's my guy, Tom Brady, New England at Lambeau Field. Brady handing off to Daniel Graham, fakes it, then throws in the back of the end zone to Daniel Graham. Sorry about that. That was a 4th and goal, 2-yard score, 7-0 New England. And then Brady, second quarter, play action again. Airs it out, middle of the field. Where is the safety? Rashae Caldwell.
I don't know. Where is
he? 54-yard touchdown, 21-0. Brett Favre injured right elbow on this play, has to leave this football game. And as of this update, folks, we have no update on his injury. Patriots on the road win 35-0 over Green Bay. Ray Lewis, pumping him up, not playing. B.J. Sams, oh, he's playing. B.J. going to the left, B.J. going to the right, B.J. going up the middle, B.J. back up the middle again. Here we go, B.J. Turn it on, look around, pick up a block, another block, inside, outside, 59-yard punt return, and that leads to this. Jamal Lewis inside 2-yard run, touchdown, Ravens 10-7 over the Atlanta Falcons. And then out of the eye, bounces to the outside, cutting back to the inside. Jamal Lewis, 16-yard touchdown run, second on the day. And the Ravens take care of the visiting Atlanta Falcons and Michael Vick. Your final there is 24-10.
Ravens have won 4 in a row. Falcons have lost 3 straight.
This guy's pretty good. Carson Palmer, Cincinnati Bengals down in New Orleans. Palmer back to Chad Johnson. 3 touchdown receptions on the day for Johnson. This one a 41-yarder. Bengals up 7-0 over the Saints. Outstanding rookies. Marcus Colston, injured ankle, had to leave this football field. So Drew Brees takes a ladder from Deuce McAllister. It's a gadget play, a flea flicker of some sort. 72 yards later, Joe Horn back. Had an injured hamstring. He's back. Touchdown to 72-yarder, 7 off. Palmer then 60-yard. Good scramble. Great adjustment by Johnson. He saw his quarterback in trouble. Turned it upfield. Gave him the O-arm look. And Cincinnati on the road in New Orleans. They win 31-16.
How about in Carolina?
How about Steve Smith? Hello, Steve Smith. Smiling Smith. Jake Delhomme back, looking. Smith is covered, is he? Is he covered? Looks like he is. Underthrow the ball, Jake Delhomme, he does. Advantage always to the receiver. 62-yard touchdown pass to Steve Smith. Carolina up 10-0 over the Rams. And then Mark Bulger looking for Kevin Curtis. Intercepted by Christian Morton. Panthers kicked a field goal, 13-0. They go on to win it, 15-0. Panthers over St. Louis.
And the Rams have lost 5 in a row. Hey, look at this. The Buccaneers get off the snide. They win 20-17 over the Redskins.
I don't know what a snide is, but I know what Albert Hainsworth is. He's back. That's what he is. Had been on suspension. But it's Donovan McNabb of the Eagles. Outstanding. Great. Quarterback out, injured knee. Report was injured knee. We do not have an update on that at this point. 7-3, it is Tennessee over Philadelphia. And then Travis Henry, 70-yard touchdown run. Tennessee now 24-13 with 32 seconds remaining with Tennessee on top.
Jeff Fisher about a half minute away from his 100th career victory. Howie's Raiders taking on the Chiefs.
Oh, Howie was jumping around. Howie was just going crazy. Watching Aaron Brooks, he's back. Been on the bench, but he's back. 2-yard touchdown pass to Courtney Anderson, 13-7 Raiders. But fourth quarter, Larry Johnson out of the eye, off left tackle, cuts it up inside. His second touchdown of this game, a 1-yarder, 17-13. It is Kansas City. Final minutes, Raiders inside the Chiefs. Chan Brooks intercepted in the end zone by Jared Page. There's your final, 17-13. Chiefs over the Raiders. Buffalo at Houston. J.P. Lossman drops back, looking deep. Lee Evans, 205 yards, receiving just in the first quarter. Takes this one 83 yards, 14-0, Buffalo. Then second half, Lossman back to bat. Picked off by Duncan Robinson. Takes it in. Kurt from 9 yards out. That's about your sprint. That's your sprint. It's 21-17 Houston. Time winding down. Lossman then finds Careless Price. 15-yard strike. Buffalo 24. It is Houston 21. Congratulations, Buffalo Bills.
Lee Evans, 246 receiving yards in that game.
Ben Roethlisberger had a really tough game. 3 interceptions. This one picked off right here by David Holly. He takes it back right here, 57-yard touchdown. Cleveland up 7-0. Then Joshua Cribbs returns the kickoff after a Steelers score. He returns it how far? 92 yards. There you go. Keep high stepping. Kind of looks like me right there. Look at that.
Back in the day?
There you go.
Hair flowing and all that?
20-10 Cleveland over Pittsburgh. But Ben Roethlisberger, despite the 3 interceptions, throws 2 touchdown passes. Steelers come back. This one, the 4-yarder to Willie Parker. Steelers 24-20. Steelers, my friend, have won 2 in a row.
All right, guys. Big picture, your most important thing of the day so far.
I think the biggest thing right now is the injuries to some of these key players. Brett Favre, Donovan McNabb, Marcus Colston. And the other thing is, this time of year, you know, you start looking at the schedule, you say, okay, this team should dominate, this team should win, this should be an automatic win, this is going to be a loss. With all these injuries, you never know. The people that really earn their money right now, the trainers and doctors of these teams, trying to get your best players on the field.
You know, you look at Philadelphia with Donovan McNabb, that throws the NFC East up for grabs. Dallas is a team that could win that division by attrition. Carolina steps in at 6-4, ties New Orleans. New Orleans, 2 straight games of over 500 yards total offense, and struggled in both games at the end.
Yeah, who do we have to put our hat on here? The Bears.
The Bears.
May not be very pretty, but the Bears are now 9-1. The Bears, who's going to compete? It looks like it's either going to be Seattle or it's going to be Dallas Cowboys. Carolina's now.
Are you on the Bears bandwagon yet?
I've always been on their bandwagon. I want to consistent.
In like the last 15 minutes, you jumped on, I do believe.
I crowned them a month ago.
All right, well, keep in mind, we will catch you again Thursday for a special Thanksgiving Day game. You ready for Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving Day, Tampa Bay at Dallas.
We're going to have a little bird.
Pre-game coverage begins at 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 Central. We'll be eating turkey
Kurt,
all together, celebrating.
He's having
Hope
possum.
to see you there, folks.
He's having possum for Thanksgiving.
The other white meat.
Fox Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League. The NFL is online at www.nfl.com.
You've been watching Fox Sports, broadcasting in HD and presented by DirecTV.
Say you're here and you want to fly nonstop here, or you're here and you want to go here, or here to here. All you got to do is go here. Southwest offers over 3,100 daily nonstops coast to coast.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports, home to Major League Baseball, the National Football League, NASCAR, and the new home of the BCS, America's #1 sports network, Fox Sports.
The game is on. I'm talking college football on ESPN Game Plan from DirecTV. The best teams, the toughest conferences, plus up to 15 games every Saturday. ESPN Game Plan on DirecTV. How's your team gonna stack up?
With DirecTV's NFL Sunday Ticket Superfan, you're not just gonna watch football this year. You're gonna live it. You get over 110 games in crystal clear high definition. Nobody else comes close. Plus, 8 times the action with Game Mix. Up to 8 live games on a single screen. Plus, the Red Zone channel, the best plays from every game, as they happen. Plus, so much more. Take your Sundays to the next level with NFL Sunday Ticket Superfan. Call 1-800-GET-SPORTS today.
Top Tracks.